you guys did something that people didn't even think was possible on YouTube Golf.
That's insane.
It is.
At its height.
You did that.
At its height.
I didn't think you could do it.
Thank you.
Athletic, bold, commanding. We're talking the Chevy Equinox EV. We've had a great show from Chevy today. Brendan Jones, super producer Brendan Jones, joins the show for the second half, and we really combed through this Internet Invitational. I know a bunch of people wanted to hear us really going into it with the mastermind behind the entire filming of it, editing of it, all the behind the scenes, which then leads to us kind of combing through a little bit more of some of the big moments, some of the controversies, some of all that stuff. And then we got a lot of handicap talk, Yip Strickler, Barstool Classic. So it's a nice show, all brought to you by Chevrolet.
Yep, all brought to you by Chevrolet. We were in a Chevrolet this week at the Barstool Classic Championship in Arizona.
I thought you were going to say right now.
Taking us from the hotel to the golf course. It's been great. And, yeah, always great to be here in Scottsdale during the Barstool Classic Championship. Obviously, ridiculous rain, outrageous weather. I'm in a full rain gear, courtesy of Adidas. But
nice rain gear.
Yeah, really, really good. But hell of a show. Really good show. We get into a lot of stuff that I think people want to hear.
Equinox EV, it offers 319 miles of EPA estimated electric range with front-wheel drive. Equinox EV has the massive, and we've talked about this before, focus on this, go check it out, massive 17-inch diagonal center screen, the largest of any EV in its class. When it comes to EVs, the Chevy Equinox EV is the smartest choice you can make. Foreplay, presented by Barstool Sports. We are live at Grayhawk Golf Club. It's actually the fourth straight year we've done the Barstool Classic Championship here at Grayhawk. We're in my neck of the woods. You know, we had year 1 here, perfect weather. Year 2 here, perfect weather. Year 3 here, perfect weather. This has been about as bad a weather as we get. I think somebody said we get like 10 to 20 days of rain a year in this township here, and we're having like 3 straight days of rain. Been relatively okay today thus far, but we've been going nonstop for 3 days. We did Nick Taylor. We filmed a match against Nick Taylor early Monday. We went straight into 2-hour podcasts. Then we went straight into doing a 1-hour live stream trying to get a hole in one. Then we went straight into a DraftKings host party all night. Yesterday we announced people on the first tee or the 10th tee all day long, and then did a little closest to the pin over the water, mingling all night. Today we announced again all day long people on the first tee with the walk-up song. So I'm pretty much at the end of my voice, and we're about to do a 2-hour podcast, but we're going to battle through it, gentlemen.
Yeah, I've been surprised by the multi-day rain. I didn't think Arizona or Scottsdale could string together multiple days of rain. And if you look at the forecast for tomorrow,
Horrible.
I think it's more rain.
The desert doesn't make any sense.
And
Shocking.
we've had a little bit of bad luck with that. We filmed videos out here years ago. Freezing. And it felt like every time we went to Arizona, we got bad weather. But then we did get the good stretch with the Barstool Classic Championships, and our luck seemingly has run out.
Yeah, if you recall, like the first time you guys came out here to film right after I had moved here, we were filming with Paige Sporanic and a handful of other crews, and she actually apologized to us because she's like, I have to wear like several sweaters because it's so cold and miserable right now.
Well, at the time, it was like, getting a video with Paige was like, she didn't really do YouTube videos at that point. She was a really popular Instagram account, and obviously, like, she does what she does on Instagram.
She looks great on Instagram.
Yeah, so
no doubt about it.
I remember us being super excited about all that, and then she came, and it was like
wearing like a winter hat,
and all of a sudden she apologized. It showed that she had a really good sense of humor.
Totally, she 100% apologized.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, it's like too cold. We were like
40 degrees out.
Bummer.
We also got our asses kicked in that match.
We did. That was like our first scramble loss. Yeah, our boy Dustin Schaefer,
That's
who
right.
was hitting. He had won, which he's always supported the hell out of us. He's always buying merch. He's always paying for all the charity stuff, and he had like acquired a seat on that table on that team and was pounding drives down the middle. But we are here nonetheless. Grayhawk continues to be amazing. The whole setup they do the Barstool logo, they paint onto the grass. We've got all the signage from Wasserman and Ryan Edwards and his whole crew combined with our team, the marketing team.
That logo painted on the grass is a waste of money.
Why do you think so?
It's a nice touch, but like the only people that get to enjoy it is like the drone. You know what
I think
mean?
Brendan Jones with the drone is maybe the only guy.
Like it's on the ground, so like I don't know, and like I would assume it's like kind of costly, right? You got like that's like
you think that's expensive?
I think it might be. I know, but like it's like an artistry. It's a whole thing. I would like to dive deep into what that costs. Just it's not like no one sees it. You know what I mean?
You can see it from the patio.
You could, but it's like this way. You know,
a little bit. It's like not a steep enough
I just
thing.
think whatever it costs, I think you could spend that money on something cooler. Find out.
I'm gonna text right now. Question.
I was going to say, I
much
think the
How
people
much
who
does the paint on the
does
ground? I think this is going to be a
the
laughable number.
painted Barstool logo
On the
cost?
grass.
so for the people that don't know, on the 18th hole
It's cool.
at the Barstool Classic
It is cool.
Championship, there is a huge, large, massive Barstool Sports logo next to, like, just off the green.
Which I love because, like, at a lot of our events, it's all Barstool Golf and, like, the B-Cross tee. And when you get the big stool and stars somewhere, I've always said to our merch team, like, let's just throw that stool and stars on a big old hoodie and, like, let's just call it a day. Because that is who we are.
I still
That's the
love that
logo.
logo.
It's the
I
first
really
logo
do.
I fell in love with the company. Of
Yep.
course, it's the one. Like, I was buying merchandise. I got that. I had that original, like, dad hat that, I mean, people probably, that's probably, when you think about me, in most Barstool fans' memory, I'm wearing that hat every single day. That blue.
Is that
Yeah.
kind of the Mike Portnoy hat too?
Yeah, the Mike Portnoy
Esquire.
hat.
You
It's
always
the
wear that
cartoon
hat.
hat that that Milmore would draw
Yep,
me
yep,
wearing.
yep.
Like that logo to me is like that's
My
I just think of
first week
Dave.
working for the company, Barstool used to sell the hoodies with the big Barstool logo on the front of
yeah.
it. And I emailed Dave first week. I was like, "Can I get a couple of those hoodies? I'd love to just wear them around." I got no response.
Just sent you the store link.
I just right. I got no. But yeah, I love that logo, and it's hugely painted.
Just nice to see it around our events. Like it's good because sometimes we go with alternate logos all the time. It's just
Yeah.
nice to see. This is the OG. But
Having said that, you hate the painting.
yeah, it's just one of those things. It's cool to see it when you're around it, but I don't know.
I would
It's
have
like
thought
facing
with, like,
away. I know. I don't
with
know.
how much you love like Disney and theatrics.
I don't know
and,
that
like,
that,
all
that doesn't get me going. You know what gets me going is the little floating Truly can in the
Okay,
water right
all
next to
right.
it. That gets me going.
Okay.
That's like this is a real event, but that's something real events do.
I know that this is year 7 of this and year 4 here. It is amazing what the Barstool Classic has turned into. It is such a machine. It's so well run. The people that are here obviously have such great feelings about it because they are now playing for multiple more rounds of golf, basically on the house, right? They get to the championship. It's 2 rounds of competitive golf with a chance to win $20,000. They make vacations out of it. I've seen so many family members, grandparents,
That part's
parents,
really cool.
children coming by to watch their dads or moms playing in it. It's so much fun to see. And when you get to talk to all these people, I know Ryan Richardson and Brendan were going out making a video about the Barstool Classic. It's such a reminder of just like how important it is to these people and like how cool it is for their golf life, where maybe you didn't make it as a pro, you didn't make it after college golf or whatever it might be. You play at your local club and you're one of the top players, but that's really all you can get to. And then this is something that they really can go out and try and win. And like, it's something that they really hold near and dear to their hearts. It's cool that that's our event, that it has meaning.
Yeah, incredibly cool. I would say, too, the goal of the Barstool Classic from a competition standpoint, when you enter it, there's 25 qualifiers around the country, is to qualify for the championship. That's just a win.
Yeah.
You've already won.
Oh yeah,
Sure, one team wins the whole thing. Don't get me wrong. That's like the overall goal. We're sitting here right now. Everybody's playing the back 9 of round 2, so there's a handful of teams that's still their main goal. But the second that you finish top 4 in a qualifier out of about 50 teams, you have done the thing. You've like paid, you played in the Barstool Classic qualifier, you had a chance to win a handful of prizes. There's long drive, there's closest to the pin, there's a hole-in-one prize, there's putting contest, you have a bunch of drinks, like a member guest type vibe. And then if you make it in the top 4 to this event, like we're saying, there's a Monday night welcome party at DraftKings where all like Boston beer products, which are Sam Adams, Twisted Tea, Truly, obviously. They got the Sun Cruisers, all that's comped, all the food's comped. And then you have 2 rounds at Grayhawk, which I love the guys up here at Grayhawk. It is no pretty penny to play a round of golf at Grayhawk. It's several $100s per round out here, especially in the wintertime. So you get to play 2 rounds of golf at Grayhawk. During that time, your food's covered. I just had like 3 delicious tacos. Your drinks, once again, are covered. Last night, we do the closest to the pin. They call it the dry heave here.
You had
We
tacos
call it
here just now?
the truly. Oh, yeah.
I had tacos as well.
You had tacos?
Yeah.
When did you
Pretty
have
good,
tacos?
right?
I came in, I had to change some travel plans, and I went out that door, got some tacos,
Chicken or beef?
beef,
Nice. Speaking of beef, how about the tribute to him
great, really good.
on the tee? The
You
tee
mad
back.
about the tacos?
I'm just thinking about him.
Okay.
Incredible tribute.
They did such a good job with that.
I'm sorry I cut you off there. I don't know if you were still. I mean, they get so much stuff. You know what I mean? It's. I don't know if you had more to get at. They're getting.
they're
gift
getting
bags.
the last night, dude. The guy that won, I can't remember, the lefty. He won the truly single swing. We called it yesterday, where you go. I love a tradition here they do, but from the back of the 10th tee box on the Raptor course to the 18th green on the Raptor course, which is this pond right out in front of the back patio at Grayhawk. The mountains, the sun is setting. We set up lights out there. It's an 81-yard shot over water, and whoever wins closest to the pin, dude, they got $500 gift card. That's just like to anything in the world. $1,500 from Diamonds
They could
Direct.
spray a Barstool logo on the ground with that, maybe. Who knows?
Probably, maybe half
We're
of
gonna
one.
find
I'm not sure.
We're gonna find out.
$1,500, I think it was, to Diamonds Direct, which
Yep.
my watch I got from Diamonds Direct when we won the Ryder Cup. This thing is a phenomenal piece. They got so many awesome pieces, and then they also got a Adidas Originals golf bag.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't see the bag, but that's got to be sick because the Adidas bag we have is the best bag we've ever had.
That's awesome. The tan one.
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yep.
Tan,
I
khaki-ish
think it's
one.
khaki, yep.
But that's just the prize pool for the
Event.
Tuesday night hangout.
Yeah.
And then you come back out today, and we've got, we had live music last night. We got live music this afternoon. There's a big shootout where we had the music going last year. You had 4, 5, 6 teams, depending on how many people qualify for the shootout, playing a 2-hole alternate shot. And then the finale, the winners get $20,000. We do all kinds of skins. I know our guy Coop, who won a couple years ago with his partner Chase, he had 2 gross eagles on the back 9 on Raptor yesterday. He chipped in on 11.
Whoa,
and then on
Jesus.
17, which was like 301 to the pin, he had a driver to like 15 feet, buried the putt.
God.
So like you can win a bunch of money with skins. So point being, like if you make it to this championship, yeah, you got to pay travel, you got to pay for your lodging. But outside of that, you don't have to pay for shit.
And you're also getting a lot of your the gifts. They get sent right to your door. That's what one of the guys said. That's so elite.
Yeah, that's been nice.
I don't have to like bring it back. Like everything that we're getting in the gifting is getting sent right to our door. And one of the gifts is that 4-wheel travel bag by
Dude,
Sun Mountain.
We got to talk about this.
Dude.
This is laughable how, and I mean, I wish we were selling it because I would love to be able to promote how good this is.
Hand
and
up.
Also make.
Insane that me, you, and you weren't on this trend earlier. We maybe travel with like amateur level golf clubs with them more
Dude.
than any other humans on earth.
I said it to you guys. My flight out here was my 100th flight of the year, and I've been traveling with a golf bag for 99% of
Your
it.
arm just falling off.
My wrist, I'm surprised it's not broken. Or that
I
have
think
carpal
I need
tunnel.
to get off-season wrist surgery this year.
Yeah.
Because of
Off
me
season.
pulling that bag around, 60-pound bag, just pulling my wrist and my shoulder out of its socket.
And if you
for
just
anyone-
put 4 wheels under it, a little bit elevated, you can move it with your pinky.
Everyone thinks that everything we say is like an ad. I'm telling you, we are not
We're
selling
not
this
selling
bag,
these.
and I'm about to
Not
give
yet.
you the no. You got to go and get this bag. It's a Sun Mountain bag, and it's got
We
a
got
right.
no money coming in from
we got-
Sun
no,
Mountain.
zero.
Nothing.
This is a free ad. Zero.
Good job, Sun Mountain.
Yep, great job on you. Honestly, you pull this bag and you're like, all right, this is a golf travel bag. And then they've got this little plate on the bottom that you pull down.
Super easy to put. You
pull
can do it with your
down-
foot, by the way.
You can do it with your foot?
Dude, you could do a little foot push.
You pull down this little, you push this
I'll
little
show you.
pedal down, and these 2 wheels pop out. And now it's this 4-wheel, looks like a dinosaur almost.
Yeah.
And it's just,
does.
you could pull a 100-pound bag with your pinky if you want. It's so smooth. The wheels move all different ways.
You ever see those
Laughable.
commercials like the Tesla's pulling like the Empire State Building
Yeah.
around?
Yeah.
That's what it feels
Laughable
like.
how much easier it is to travel around this country with that
Me
bag.
and my buddy Kyle Cochran on our abandon trip, we had some time to kill, and it was my first time ever using this. He's been using one for years. And we were doing how many things can you hold in your hands while still pulling your golf bag? And at one point I had like an iced coffee, a beer, a suitcase, a backpack, and I was able to just pull my bag with like the tip of my pinky.
I enjoy traveling with the golf bag now. That's how easy it is to roll around.
It makes it so much easier.
It's fun. Anyway,
It is fun. It is fun. So
You were
that
gonna
was the
say
gift
something?
this year. That was the gift this
you're
year.
pointing.
Oh,
at
I
me.
was just going to say wherever we were our last trip, I still was using the old bag and you were using the new one, and I've never felt like such a bigger asshole.
I made him. I'm like, why don't you just take mine for a spin for a second? And he
Did you love
laughed
it?
out loud.
I mean, it was so good.
We were
'Cause I
laughing.
had mine. I just hadn't unboxed it and like got it out. Like I was like, how different can it be?
Yeah.
A traveling golf bag's a traveling golf bag. I could not have been more wrong.
Dude, I almost didn't even use the feature the first time I switched bags.
Like,
'Cause I was like,
know.
it seems a little gimmicky.
No, dude.
What a regret that would have
Awesome.
been.
Thing kind of glides on its own almost.
Oh,
is.
dude. It's not as bad. The what's the really nice bag that Jizzy got us for the Dad Bod Classic? That little like carry-onable suitcase.
Oh, that's like a little Toomey bag.
Toomey.
Yeah.
That Toomey's wheels are too
Oh,
wheelie.
It goes.
That thing's like
forever.
R2D2.
It's
It just
crazy.
takes off.
Oh, I lose that thing all the time.
Oh, dude.
You take a piss, it's on. It's like 4 stalls next to you.
Bathrooms are the biggest problem
Yes.
with that thing. I'm just like, all right, just stay here. It is like R2D2. Stay right here,
insane.
and then I turn around and it's at
rolling.
a Hudson News. I'm
Rolling.
like, what is
slippery?
happening?
It's like on ice.
Dude, that
They
thing.
don't do that on a carpet. It's crazy.
And the worst, like when I'm getting in an Uber and like if you're trying to put the
that's
golf
a
bag in
street.
first and you look and that thing's getting run over by a bus. Just, it's insane.
Gone.
It is insane. But that little item, man. So we gave those out as a gift. I think that was a Lisa Litvak idea.
Yeah,
I believe
she
it
does a
was.
great job.
Was
with
giving
the-
out that Sun Mountain golf travel case bag that comes with the elevated wheel. You push it with your pinky.
Amazing.
Unbelievable how awesome that
Like
thing is.
220 people are getting to experience that, right? So how many people make it to the championship?
It was 202.
202.
So we've got 4 teams from 25 stops and you have some repeats there because there's a few teams that qualified that were also in the 2-year exemption because they've won the Barstool Classic overall. We had one team no-show, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one team
What's their
no-showed.
reasoning for that?
They were like, they claimed that they sent an email. The events team, the Barstool Classic team scoured through and was like, they didn't send us any email, which really sucks for a bunch of reasons. One being that like you're leaving a whole team has to play without 2 people. Luckily, we're able to find spotters, people that work on the squad, whatever. But you're also just taking the spot from 2 other people that would have come as alternates.
Yep.
That's
Which
right.
completely sucks.
That sucks.
So we had 2 no-shows for the entire event, and then we had 2 teams no-show day 2.
Because they just were out of it and they just.
First
were
one out of it.
done.
Second team claimed like a personal tragedy, and they had to go out. So obviously, that understandable, justifiable. We were able to get Mancini and Adam were out there playing,
Amazing.
Sure, had to twist their arms.
which we love to see. And then, yeah, right. They were already hitting the tee shot. They're like, Riggs, is it cool if we go as the spotter?
I guess we'll go out there and play.
Ball was teed up, but good for them. And then the other group was actually 2 of my best buddies from home from Bogey Hills, Cody and Ryan, and they were left hanging. And they're both really fast golfers. And I was like, why don't you guys just join this group that was about to tee off? And that group was like, of course. They just played as a 6-some.
Wow.
And they said they were waiting. And I was like, if you guys are slow after 3 or 4 holes, we'll make you split up.
Perfect.
But if you guys just keep up, and then they were having a great time.
Yeah,
They're
it's
out there
great.
gambling and having themselves a nice time. But yeah, Barstool Classic, man. We are, we're going to talk about this at some point. We're slightly changing the format next year.
Yes.
I think for the better, though.
Again, this was kind of a Lisa idea that has been percolating a little bit that we all sort of agreed with and had been kind of probably thinking something along these lines would be a good idea going forward. It doesn't really change the format for the participant.
I would say almost not at all.
Almost not at all. But with us, with travel, with all the different things that we do, we're trying to figure out how can we lessen the total number of like travel trips needed to be taken, but keep the event at like the size that it is. One thing that we came up with is to also enhance each event to a degree. Is every stop next year is going to be a 2-day event. Each one is its own individual qualifier. So if it's a Monday, Tuesday event, Monday, 108 golfers, top 4 teams advance. That's over. Tuesday, same golf course, same setup, 108 golfers, totally new qualifier, even though it's at the same place, top 4 teams, different teams advance. However, that night in between, we're going to do a really fun party, happy hour event, inviting everyone. And so that way we could kind of knock out 2 qualifiers in one trip, but we also, instead of you just showing up, playing golf, having a drink or 2 afterwards, and then leaving, you're also adding like a nice party hangout environment in between.
Yeah, I mean, how many times, at least on our side, we're at an event, and then as soon as it's over, we're at the airport.
Yeah.
And you're
All
just
the
sort of
time.
in and out. You don't feel like you were ever anywhere that you went. Like you feel like you were
That's
there
true.
for less than 12 hours. So being able to set up shop at these different locations and kind of own a couple of days,
Yeah.
I think will be really, really cool.
Yeah, the
It's
amount
nice.
of times in the last 5 years that somebody's been like, oh, where were you guys last week? And I go full, like, where were you stationed on them?
Dude,
And I'm just like,
I do that all the time when
I have no idea.
when I check my now awesome can roll it with my pinky golf bag. When I'm checking it at the counter and they go, "Where are you going?" I go, "Oh, I don't know."
Boy, I didn't know this was a quiz.
Yeah, I didn't know there was gonna be a pop quiz when I got to the
SAT?
airport.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I have to think, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to Phoenix." But they're like, "What is wrong with this
This
guy?"
guy's
It's like,
sketchy.
bro, I've been in a million different places.
Yeah.
Randomly check his ass. He doesn't
Right,
know
that's
where
what
he's going.
that's always what I think. They're like, well, this guy, he doesn't care
Fuck
where
shows
he's
up to
Where should
going.
we go today?
He doesn't care where he's going, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
He's not worried about the destination.
I think it'll make the events way better. I mean, yes, we're gonna cover less of the country, but I think it'll make it more of like you want to travel to there. We're also going to pick pretty damn good golf courses now that we have less of them that we're going to choose from. So getting 2 days at premier courses. We always have premier courses, but I think we're going to pick the best of the best for this new iteration of the Barstool Classic. And like you said, when you start to add in like the party aspect and the nighttime features at these really elite courses, that's where getting into the Barstool Classic becomes even more of a big ticket item for you to want to get into. Just like here, like 2 days, actually 3 days. Like you get the Monday, the Tuesday, and the Wednesday. It makes it into a whole trip.
Yeah,
for guys.
I agree with that. I think each qualifier will be closer to what the championship
Exactly.
is than, and part of that too, like the format of it has sort of lent itself to us feeling like, okay, I'm going to get in as late Monday night as I can. I'm going to get up Tuesday. I'm going to get the earliest flight out Tuesday that I can without missing the entire event.
Yep.
And like we kind of do that. Whereas now it's like, get there, embed yourself. Let's do this. Let's hang with all these people for 2 days and have ourselves a great time. So that's going to be fun. I'm sure we'll add some contests and stuff to be involved in the party. I know a couple times due to weather or due to like how close proximity the putting greens were. We've done a couple indoor putting competitions. We did one
I
at
like
Rain
the
Dance this
putting
year.
competition in the bar. I do
So
like
fun.
that. It's
So
fun.
So fun.
So we'll work with our team. That's actually a good little sponsorship idea. I like that. Sun Mountain might
Sun
sponsor
Mountain,
that
hop
puppy.
on. Throw some cash our way.
Yeah, that's
Great
right.
idea.
But we should do a little indoor putting. We can get a whole setup so that it's a little bit more like universal
Yeah.
than it was, where we were just
Yeah.
kind of plankoing it around there, even though that was fun.
Right, you need some sort of hole because we would just grab like a glass.
Yeah, which
from
was
the
cool
ball. Yeah.
in the moment. It was a little novelty experience, but
Kind of like an ode to was it the Duck Inn in Scotland?
yep.
Oh wow.
The owner's
The
name
Ducks
was,
in?
the Ducks Inn. The owner's name was Donald Duck.
Man, that feels like a lifetime ago.
Remember that?
I also remember
Lifetime ago.
sleeping in the room. My room didn't have air conditioning.
That was
And it was
on
like
the coast.
unseasonably hot.
It
there,
was
wasn't
really
it?
hot.
It was on the
then.
coast. It was a really like old town.
Yeah.
But
Very cool.
we did that putting game where you stood on the chair and you putt down into the
Yep, we did.
and had to go up the ramp and go down into the
Yeah, we were there with Trotte.
little things like that. I think we could definitely add because that's what this needs. It's an amazing event. It's the best event in our world, like in our YouTube creator. Not even in terms of like, I mean, not to shit on the Golf Digest Open, but like
Ooh.
I just don't think that they can do what we're able to do right now. We have it going right now. We're just really, really humming in terms of the
I saw
setup
something
and
funny about the Golf Digest Open. Somebody sent me recently. I couldn't. God, what was it?
We
Yeah,
also
it's
just
I just think we're in a really good spot with it, and we can make it bigger and better. And this is the way. Instead of stretching
This is
ourselves
the way.
thin, yeah.
We also
I
just
agree.
have the best team. And I know we've talked about them a lot
Yeah.
where it's like you find out, like, especially, I mean, we're getting a ton of feedback with the Internet Invitational here. And I know Brendan's got a lot of feedback, the editors, everybody, but also the infrastructure of our team and the way they put events on was a big feedback from the people who participated in the Internet Invitational. They're like, this is first class what you guys are
Yep.
doing. So we're very lucky in that regard too.
Someone gave me an idea. It gave us an idea. I don't know if we want to say it on the podcast, but they gave an idea on how to get like a regular person and like a non-media member into the Internet Invitational. I'll just shoot it right at you
Yeah.
here. He was like, you should take the champion of the Barstool Classic, and then they would get into the Internet Invitational. And I said, well, then 2 people are getting in. That's like ridiculous. It would probably be one person getting this like shot of a lifetime to get into this
Yeah.
event. And then I said, well, now wait a second. I actually took him off the ball. I made him step off the ball. And I said, now wait a second. What if in the same vein of the Barstool of the Internet Invitational, once they win the Barstool Classic, now you have 2 guys. You fly them to the Internet Invitational and you make them do a 1v1 shootout.
Incredible.
Now you pin them against each other. When they're flying to the location, they don't know who's going to play for $1 million.
Interesting.
And now they have to play against each other, and then the winner gets in.
And you celebrate them as a team and then rip them apart.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's like that scene
So
with the
like,
Joker.
and
with
I
the
don't know that we
Joker.
have to I don't know that we have to commit to that.
No, I
It
wouldn't.
doesn't need to be the Internet Invitational. It doesn't have to be the Barstool Classic champions. We could do that with just some other maybe off Barstool Classic tournament of just people submit and they want to get in. We get just people off the streets to just come and play in this thing.
Interesting.
Winner
I like
goes-
it.
I
saw
think-
that. I heard that being floated around quite a bit on my T-Box today too, of like, yo, maybe the champions get in their invitation. Now that was also, I was looking at it a little bit. I was taking that a little bit with like a grain of salt because I was like, well, you guys are all playing in the tournament, so
Yeah.
you're trying to get into the other
Which
tournament,
I get that too.
which I understand.
I'd
that.
shoot my shot as well.
We're not saying that that's what's going to be. I think we should come up. We have a meeting coming up with the Bob guys, and we're going to really dive deep into what went
debrief.
right,
Nice debrief.
what went wrong, and how we can improve it, and what we're going to do for next year. It's going to be a great meeting because I think we're all pretty positive. There's a lot of positive takeaways from it,
Tons.
and I do think that we should include the aspect of like just one of the fans gets in, and how do we get there?
You know what's also been a great wrinkle of this Barstool Classic Championship this year? Nick Taylor just hanging around.
Nick Taylor's the man.
He's
man.
the man.
Yeah.
I'm not. I listen. I don't want to promise that going forward. I don't know what his commitments are for
Yeah.
true
He
Barstool
might.
Classic Championship dates. But like he was at the DraftKings the first night, and then he came and hung yesterday during
Yep.
the single shot, and he's just been hanging,
And
dude.
he played us 18 holes for a match. Like he just gave us so much time.
He
Yep.
really did.
Charles
when he-
Barkley was at the bar as well.
He was. I heard about
Dude,
that.
everybody said he was in, and he's a big Scottsdale guy. He's a Whisper Out guy. So I've for whatever reason I've never met Charles Barkley, but I'm all over this fucking guy's orbit, and I've heard story after story after story that Charles Barkley is just the homie to hang out with.
Dude, there's a great picture of Za and Spider, because we've got professional photographers around this whole event, just like capturing everything, and they got a professional picture with them and Charles Barkley, and it's the best picture I've ever
Awesome.
seen.
It is really good.
So
Yeah, Chuck. I just heard he's the man. He was buying shots. Apparently, he's up there gambling, hanging at
Awesome.
DraftKings. Can't really beat that. But yeah, Nick Taylor rolling by DraftKings. Like, sure, there's like service day parts. He just came by DraftKings like just to have a beer and hang.
Yep.
And he is a really good dude.
really great.
He is so good at golf. God.
Yeah, during that closest to the pin thing, over hitting off a mat from the first tee onto the 18th green, he watched 200 people attempt it and then went up there with a wedge, someone else's wedge. He's wearing like an Adidas casual wear
He
outfit,
had a
not
nice
even in
fit
a
on. He had
golf,
a nice shirt.
not even in a golf attire, and he just gets up there and just sticks one to what, 5 feet? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
Right on the stick.
landing
So
right
good
next
at
to him.
golf.
He's
So
really
good.
good. God, that guy can play.
Yeah, man, it's been a great. This event is great, and people love it.
I love the Barstool Classic. I love how into it people are. A lot of them, like you said, we do spectator tickets. So we allow people to buy a spectator ticket. It's like $70 or whatever the hell it is. And they can have Trulies, have all the food and beverage. We just do that because we need to know how much food and beverage to have out there. And a lot of people bring their wives, girlfriends, their kids, their parents have been rolling around. So almost every group that rolls up to the tee has like spectators with them.
Yeah.
Which
played
is super fun.
I played Mini Men by 50 Cent in front of some. There was a family following,
Mhm.
but the dad picked the song.
That happened. Yeah.
So and then there's
6 years old, I think, or maybe
It's,
even
it's
less. 5
listen.
years old?
I mean, you're talking to one of the biggest 50 Cent fans in the world.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a
Got a
time
photo
and place.
with him.
I did get a photo with him that he wasn't that happy about. He was in front of the old Barstool office. He got stuck because he was shooting a music video. But like, I played that music and I was like, "Is it all right if I play this?" And they're like, "Go ahead." And I was like, "Okay."
And then
we just
after a
let it-
couple of words started getting thrown around, I'm like, you got to just hit next.
I hit
Once
next.
the ball was in the air, we went to the next song, which
Yeah.
I think was Brandy.
But it's cool.
6-year-olds looking around.
Yeah.
What did that
What's
guy
that?
say?
But it is cool seeing how, because the people take you up on that. Like they bring their families and like it's cool. I
Yeah.
really like that part of it.
Another cool part about the format switch next year is we're going to be able to conclude the schedule earlier, which means we're going to be able to bring in more locations for a potential championship because we're going to do it earlier.
Interesting.
yeah.
Whereas when you do the championship midway through November or later, you're really pretty limited. Like the reason we don't go to Pinehurst anymore is there's a couple different ones. But one of the main ones was that even when we did it in like early mid-November, it was pretty dicey on the weather.
Yeah.
It was like cold and we kind of got lucky. Whereas, and again, as we don't have the great weather here, it's a little bit ironic saying this, but we were like Arizona or Florida or like Texas in November through December are kind of like you're limited on those
Yeah.
places for a championship.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, you go to like maybe California, but it starts to get really expensive, whatever. Now, if we do it, let's say by the end of August through like early, middle October, the whole country's open.
Right. I mean, the
Right.
first one was at Liberty National.
Yeah, it was October 15th
That's awesome.
at Liberty National. I remember.
And I don't want to take anything away from what this is. This has been the best location ever.
Phenomenal.
2 courses, everything's right in the middle. I love everything about it. But yeah, it would
You like
be
to
nice
change it up.
Yeah, it'd be nice to change it up.
You know we love seeing how small moves can lead to big moments. Well, Kraken's taking it up a notch this November. They're giving away 1 full Bitcoin. We're talking $100,000. I mean, I think not that long ago, Bitcoin was like 120,000. It's been around that 100,000. It could be up, could be down. Just for trading a single dollar. That's what we're doing. Just for trading a single dollar, they're giving away 1 full Bitcoin worth over $100,000. Every dollar you trade equals 1 entry. Kraken's awesome, man.
Yeah, it really is, yeah.
Yeah, you need a trusted a place to do your crypto, to buy your crypto, to trade your crypto. Kraken's right there. And yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, up, down, but it's way up over time. So if you get your hands on one, you could be in a good spot.
Dude, I had a nice run with Bitcoin. You know, mine was kind of, I want to say I got in at like $30,000 for a while, and I was sitting on it for a couple of years. It was hovering. Then I remember I looked like in a couple of months, it went from 30 to like $80,000, and then it was at 120 earlier. But done it all through Kraken. You just open the Kraken app, you hit the rocket icon, make sure you go to offers, opt in, and you can make your move before December 3rd. Every dollar you trade equals 1 entry. You can rack up to 1 million entries if you're really about that life. Bitcoin, ETH, Doge, whatever you're into, it all counts. 1 person wins Bitcoin, 5 get $10,000, 100 get $100. It's basically the crypto Powerball minus the gas station stop, which is nice. So you just open the Kraken app, hit the rocket, go to offers, tap opt-in, and start trading. It's that easy. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding New York and Maine, through Payward Interactive Incorporated. View legal disclosures at kraken.com/legal/disclosures. Best golf course snack right now, gentlemen. What do you got?
1 protein bar.
Boom. 1 Hershey's double chocolate. We got 18 grams of protein. How many grams of sugar?
1 gram of sugar in that one.
Boom. To deliciously fuel your golf game. Only 1 Hershey's double chocolate is made with Hershey's cocoa. 1 protein fueled our attempt at a hole-in-one the other day, and I'm still incredibly sore.
It's 1 protein. We tried to make a hole-in-one, but we also only got 1 hour to do it. Really hard. I mean, when you're only taking 100 golf shots,
the odds would not have been very high.
Impossible. I mean, the DP World Tour guys, they go at what, 500?
500.
500 attempts, 1 swinger, going at it, pro golfer, and they're never able to get it really.
Yeah,
so I mean, we had no chance. We had absolutely no chance. But what we had a chance at was to try these and eat these delicious 1 protein bars.
I actually really needed it. We had a long day. I kind of described it earlier. But
I ate mine so fast.
Full video with Nick Taylor, full podcast, travel up to Grayhawk, and then just do an hour of swinging. What I was swinging an 8-iron over and over again. I was like, I genuinely need this protein. Try one's other delicious flavors. The 1 Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers, 1 Hershey's Cookies and Cream, one of my favorites. And their iconic 1 Maple Glazed Donut and 1 Birthday Cake flavors. Make sure you buy new 1 Hershey's Double Chocolate Protein Bar on Amazon. Protein just got delicious.
Speaking of the Barstool Classic and changes and all these things, what are you going to do about Yip Strickler?
I do have handicaps listed on here. You know, I don't know if people know, last year we were in talks to bring Yip Strickler here as the ombudsman of the event.
I am going to be honest, I don't know enough about what he talks about. I actually find his videos to be pretty amusing. Like he's
a funny guy.
He is funny. He does the Memba, and he's got all these things. And he actually, I mean,
straight to the game.
I'm laughing thinking about it with the white belts. I mean, I watch his stuff.
Yeah.
What does he want us to do to fix this? How do you stop people from not inputting their scores?
Yeah, I mean, look, here's my take on the whole thing is that there's just a degree of policing that we have to cut ourselves off at for bandwidth reasons, for all that. And that's from how people play the golf, each shot. That's the handicaps. It's all included in there. And the reason I say that is like, if you really want to cheat in this event, you can cheat in this event.
Right.
you could cheat in this event. You could go up to the first tee. You could be paired with a couple guys that you knew you were paired with them. You found out you're paired with them. You talked to them at the bar the night before. You both agreed to like whatever. You could both fuzz your scores, a couple gimmies. You could do whatever and come in 5 shots lower than one you want to. You could 100% cheat that way. You could cheat without your playing partners really knowing, just by, you went over to the desert, you found your ball, you moved it a little bit. You could cheat by maybe not posting scores or posting them from a different tee. There's a lot of different ways of cheating. And so for me, it's like we definitely cannot go out there and police every single blade of grass that's moved. And we also simply cannot police every single element of one's handicap within the GIN system. So if you're going to trust people to go out to the golf course and play within the rules of golf, you're also exercising that trust on the handicap system. And so, yes, there are times where there are seemingly glaring like violations within posting scores, not posting scores that you can track down. And we have done that before. But overall, with like 200 something golfers and with our team, like, they're not going to be able to police it to a degree where you can really make a call and like punish people, which is the one time I really did do a deep dive response to Yip Strickler was I think a year ago now or like last year, where it was like going through it. It was similar to a Dave with Melosi type situation where it's like, sure, maybe people think there's a lot of damning evidence, but like there's nothing I can make a call on that's going to determine the future of this event. That's kind of the place that I stand on it, where it's like, I'm not going to ask out of our team to spend their entire life calling every golf club of every member and being like, do they post all their scores? What exactly do they shoot in this member? And then what do they shoot in the member guest? That would take up their whole lives. And at some point, we also, I think, like owe it to the people that play in our event, pay to play in our event, to trust them as people.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of the angle that I come at it. Like there's always going to be a degree of, if you want to cheat and violate the rules to gain an advantage in this event, you can do it. You can get away with it most likely. It's not our job to like enforce and deeply police the entire thing. We try to do it to the best degree that we can. And ultimately, like, I think there's some stuff too. Like this guy, I pulled it up. This guy, Will Snow, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
Who a lot of people were freaking out about yesterday because they don't understand how we do the handicaps. They're like, how about a 1 handicap made 8 birdies? That guy's a plus 3.7 handicap, actually. It's just the lowest guy in the field is a +5. So this guy, I want to make sure I get his name right so I don't fuck.
I think it was Will Snow.
This guy, Will Snow, is a plus 3.7. His partner, Romano, is a plus 3.3. Those guys come in as 1 handicaps on the leaderboard when you look at it because they're getting 1 shot off the lowest guy in the field who's a plus 5 or 6. So this guy, Will Snow, is nearly a plus 4. They're playing from a tee up, by the way. They're playing from like 6,500 yards. It's soaking wet, which every example we've ever seen in pro golf is that like when a course is wet, these guys can stop the ball right next to the hole and shoot really good scores. So you're telling me out of 200 golfers, guess what? In order for one team to win or be in the lead, they're going to play unbelievably well. That's just how it works. You play way better than the other teams.
Yep.
So someone who's a +4 handicap goes out and shoots 5, 6, 7 under par, playing from a tee up in really soft conditions. That sounds pretty reasonable to me. That can like happen. And so, so that's where like, yes, the Yip Strickler stuff, I get it goes crazy viral. I think the videos are funny too, but I don't really feel this inclination to like, also like to, like we don't actually even owe it to the internet to like do anything that Yip Strickler wants us to do. It's our event. So in theory, it's like, if I want to go pay out someone and I'm like, God, you guys cheated, great, here's your check, I could do that. We could. It's not like,
what does he want us to do? That's the part that I when I started, I'm like, I don't know enough about it. Like, what would his solution be when you come across a guy that I saw him, like, he had his favorites to win the Barstool Classic, and then they got off to a great lead. I don't think they're leading right now, but like they only put up 4 or 5 scores for the year or something like that. Like, what would his
I saw the jokes too. They're like, oh, they just must love all the like food and beverage options at their club because they never play golf.
What would his solution be? Like, what would someone else? What would the perfect solution if Yip Strickler was in charge? What would he do? Would he like tell them they can't play in it? Is that like a common practice? That's a genuine question. Like, is it a common practice for events to not let players play in events if they don't have their handicap like up to shore, I guess?
I don't know the full answer to that either, and I think it's really complicated. I think I would lean on like the pro shop staff, like Beef's job and what Beef did running the pro shop and stuff for like member guests. And what they'll do is they will, the member guest is like the event of the year, and there's half the field they don't know about the field. So they do sort of like a lot of times they will, especially a repeat guest, if they play really well, they'll like shave strokes and stuff. Okay. Is kind of what they'll do, I think. But that's still based off of like sort of democratizing the field and trying to be like, okay, you guys have won 2 of the last 4 years. We're going to shave your strokes. And even if you don't think that's fair, you've already won twice. And we actually think the event's better if more people win because it's just more fun. So it's like, I don't really know. I don't know what
I think what you laid out, Riggs, is really, it was really well put. And I think you're right about it. And what it is to me, and I get why Yip Strickler does the videos. They do really well and they are funny. And like,
what a world we're living in that Yip Strickler has become, I actually think it's great.
He's worked hard at it.
Yeah.
I know.
But there is enough in what you laid out, Riggs. There is enough wiggle room where it's something you can criticize. Where on the other side of it, I don't know if there's a clear cut answer that you're asking for, Frankie.
Yeah.
Is
the thing
kind of what
I
I'm getting
struggle with, and I'm actually happy he does what he does because it keeps people honest, and the more he does it, the more people don't want to end up being called out. So at the end of the day, he's definitely doing what he wants us to be doing, is like holding people accountable. Where it's just we're not in the position to be doing that. We're hosting the event, like you're saying.
They paid to be here.
This is something that's supposed to be. I don't know that we're supposed to be like calling out every single person that comes into this thing. We have to have some sort of, in my opinion, there needs to be some sort of trust in this game that you just like trust these people that they're telling the truth. And the thing that kind of irks me sometimes is like, and I don't know enough about it, so I don't know if he's correct every time. In my mind, I've seen him make some videos where I'm like, what if that person had the day of their life? Maybe they're telling the damn truth. And they went out and shot their career around, and now they got to go on Instagram, and they're getting called out for being cheaters, and like they shouldn't have done it, and they're wearing a different colored belt. There's just, and I'm sure
that sucks.
I'm sure he does his research and makes sure he doesn't ruin anyone's life for no reason.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know the answer, and I hope that he does. I hope he takes that pretty seriously. Because it's one thing to try and get views and get likes and like become an internet personality, which he's definitely trying to do. And there's another thing to like take people down while doing that. And I think that sometimes he toes the line on that. He might not know. We've had people come up to us at Barstool Classics saying, I'm on Yip Strickler's radar. I don't know what he wants me to do. I did only have 7 in there, but like my wife had 2 babies. One of them had a complication. Yep. I haven't really been able to play that much golf. And when I do, I'm pretty dialed right now. I don't know what it is. I have a simulator at home. I keep my game pretty tight. Because like I made 5 birdies out here. I don't know what else you want me to do. And that is a little sad where our event's turning into this thing where people are walking on eggshells because they don't want to go on Yip Strickler's radar.
I agree with that. And I guess my kind of conclusion from the whole thing that I was saying is in line with what you're saying, where I would rather err on the side of trusting our fans and the people that play in our events and celebrating when they play well. And I would rather err on that side and be, have someone hit me with a gotcha where they chose to cheat and we kind of let it slide, than err on the other side where we like dog and bury people that are our supporters when they didn't deserve it.
I think that's absolutely right.
I would rather err on the other side.
I would like to find a middle ground where maybe we have a little bit more. We can learn from our mistakes. If we are making mistakes, letting people come in here and just like run amok of the Barstool Classic.
But I don't think that's happening.
I don't think that is happening. But I don't know if it's like bring Yip Strickler, make him the ombudsman. Hey, you figure it out then. Like you be the bad guy. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think that should be the answer.
We might do that for next year to a degree. Have him be like a Barstool Classic consultant.
I think you.
And then he has to face those people too.
100%.
You got to tell that person and see what they say. If they're like, dude, I had a kid.
In him being the guy that makes the call.
What'd you say?
But how far can he take it?
I mean, if you want to let Yip Strickler like off the chain, like he's gonna start knocking on people's houses, seeing how many times they golf, like whatever he wants to do.
I don't mind that, but he could be like an appointed special advisor to the president. But the president is still, I think, like us in this room.
Oh, 100% you
that are
make the
making
call.
the call.
That's what I
Yes.
was asking. That's what I was asking.
Oh, he's
you
gonna
can't
cut-
have him be like, you, pal,
Right.
No,
you're out of here.
All right.
I meant more like let him see the side of our staff sees and see if he would make any changes.
Yeah. Right.
It's like
It's
yeah,
a 50%
it's like
handicap. It's a 50% handicap net event. He hates net events, but that's what this is because you don't want.
It's always going to be some kind of net event.
Don't want the best golfers to win. You want people to have a chance to win.
You want
He can-
everybody to have a chance.
He can
Yes.
bring like in like Leo and Catch Me If You Can when the FBI brings him in.
Yeah.
Like show us the holes.
Yeah,
Yip
agreed.
Strickler's Thursday
Agreed.
just got way more serious because he's probably been waiting for this.
Yeah, I wonder.
And I don't mind that. I'm glad you brought it up because I had it on my list too. And I went through, because that was when I saw that, I saw a couple tweets or somebody said it to me on the tee. And I'm going to bring up Will Snow again. But again, he deserves it because I'm actually harping.
What about when he
how
throws an
legit he is.
X on there? Will Snow. He'll throw like an X and say he doesn't include his score.
Well, I believe like we ask people to do that. Like if your partner's in for a score that you can't beat, pick your ball up and move for pace of play. We ask people
Yip
to do that.
hates that, right? Because now, like Cooper Greer did that on 18 yesterday, and he ends up with like a 60, and he X's on 18, and he doesn't include that in his handicap now. He won't post that.
Well, we'll see like how he does end up posting that on his handicap and all that. Like we could judge that later, but that's what we want people to do. We're
Right.
trying to go
Keep up
pace
pace,
wise.
right.
It's a team best ball score. So Coop hit one in the water because I was out there.
Okay.
Hit one in the so his partner Chase hits one way right on 18 into the 10th fairway. From 248, he hits this unbelievable shot just short front of the green. Coop hits one that's in like the grass, but it's on the lip of the bunker, so he's got this crazy stance. Since his partner's up there looking most likely like a birdie, tries to hit this heroic shot, goes in the water. So he would have to almost be hitting the same shot again, hitting his second, 2 in, 3 out, 4, hitting his fourth shot. His partner's chipping for eagle. So Coop goes up, grabs the flag, and is like, I got you, Chase. Coaches him through the shot. Chase ends up making like a 5-6 footer for birdie. Coop goes nuts, walk off. That's what we want.
Right.
Like we want people because, and so
Right.
that's where the handicap police also, I think they're the loud minority, and like those are the same people. They bitch about pace of play, or then they also think that you should be doing like a medal play event with yourself every time you play golf.
Right.
Where it's like, no, dude, we're out there to play golf.
Right.
We've talked about this in Europe where they don't even have stroke play scores on the scorecard. It's just plus or minus match play because they want you to play match play. So we want people to do that. You're still, and again, as much as people shit on my handicap, I actually know the ins and outs of the handicap pretty damn well. You're still supposed to post your most likely score on
That
a
was
hole.
going to be my question. What should he have done?
You're
Or
supposed
what
to-
should he do if he's going to post it?
So what he should do there, based on his, it's also your
Post
most
a
likely
7?
your most likely scores based on your handicap. So he would have been, it's par 5, 2 in the water, 3 out. He would say from 170 yards, hitting his fourth shot, he's most likely to make 3 strokes from there, which would be a 6.
Okay.
4 in the middle of the green, 2 putts, 5, 6. He should write down a bogey on that hole.
So then he posts a 66.
You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah. And
He's kind of,
He's won the Barstool Classic. He walks the golf course. He's a very serious person.
Coop's great. I followed him.
Yeah.
about it.
He had a bad swing off 10 where we were doing announcements,
Walks it.
and he didn't even get in the car. He just started walking.
Dude, and Chase handles him so well. And like there were multiple incidents because they played with my 2 buddies from back home yesterday. And so it was fun being out there with them. And my dad loves Coop. He's not here this year, but my dad's like, that Coop guy's got the
Yeah.
fire or whatever. And there were a couple instances yesterday where Chase, who's like a good player, but he's not on the same level as Coop. And Chase would be like 4 footer for par, be like, Coop, you want me to clean that up? And Coop just goes, just get out of my way, dude. Said it
He
to
really
him.
does carry himself like that.
It's so,
He's
but in like
great.
an endearing way.
For sure.
I
I
love,
love
that
it.
guy.
Yeah. And the more that this keeps going on, the more years this keeps rolling, you're going to get more repeat guys like Coop. He becomes a little bit of a name in our world where it's like, oh, Cooper Greer.
I know.
Back at the Barstool Classic Championship.
And I get excited to see him.
Yeah.
Like he's like, it's fun to see him out there, and he loves it. He walks every hole, and Chase just always looks at me and he goes, Riggs, will you ride with me this year? I got nobody to ride with. And it's just Coop walking down the fairway by himself. But yeah, look, it is true. Like net golf is not the purest form of golf. I get that.
Yeah.
But that's what our tournament is. We want every group or every twosome team in the country that plays golf on a semi-regular basis and carries a handicap to show up and believe that they have a chance to make
Yeah.
it to the championship and all of that. And it's always going to be that way. This is not the USGA 4-ball. The USGA 4-ball is truly to determine like who the best 2-person amateur team is. That's like Drew Stoltz, Sleaze, and Drew Kittleson. They make the run every year in the USGA 4-ball. They're out there. They're boozing a little bit. They're really both good dudes. I know both of them really well. Like Drew Kittleson might be the best amateur golfer in the country. Played the Masters. and like Stoltz is a phenomenal player. Like that's the USGA 4 ball, and that tournament is already set. We're not going to try to create the Barstool Classic to compare with a USGA championship.
Right.
This is the Barstool Classic, and it's like it's supposed to be kind of a member guest boiled down into like one day of a qualifier and then more of a member guest feel for 3 days. Net golf's never going to be perfect. I kind of like that Yip Strickler always goes after the Barstool Classic because it just hypes up the Barstool Classic more. And at the end of the day, like I said, I don't think I ever want to get to the point where we're policing it so much that we have like instant replay on everybody's shot. And that's sort of what he's trying to get us to do with like handicaps, where it's like, if you want to try to cheat the system with your handicap, that sucks and that's shitty. And I think we should have something in place where we can try to catch as many people as we can, especially when it's blatantly obvious. But if you really want to try to cheat that system a little bit, you can do it and probably get away with it. And if you really want to try to cheat on the actual golf course, you could definitely do it and get away with it. Like, we're just not going to be able to police it the whole bunch.
To the good.
Straight to the good. That's what he always
Speaking
says.
of
Straight to the good.
I'm going to do a little bit of a segue here. We're going to do my my trivia.
Oh,
yes.
Top 10 list, and it has to do with handicaps.
great.
So we're going to kind of roll right into that.
Wow.
If you're okay with that, Ryan Richardson? You like that? Here's the question for today, guys. And I'm sure Yip Strickler's probably been waiting for that kind of debrief. And I think you made a lot of great points that he'll understand.
You should get him on
where
the
you're coming
show, too.
from.
I'd like to talk to him on the
I
show.
think what you just, I would love to have him on the show. I think what we just said is answers a lot of his questions.
Okay, good.
Do you agree with that?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I think what Riggs laid out was like,
Yeah,
I-
it makes
I-
sense. Like you,
I totally agree.
I've also been firing for arguments all day because I've been arguing with Dave. about
yeah,
things.
you have been. Yes.
My brain's in that position.
You were, yeah. I mean, you were ready. You were warmed up. All right. So what's your list?
The list for today: the states with the lowest handicap.
Wow.
Okay,
I
on
like this.
average.
I like
So
this a
what
lot.
state has the lowest handicap? This is according to golf.com as of 2024. So it may have changed over the last year or so, but 1 through 10, lowest to highest. What do you guys think? What state has the lowest average handicap?
I started with this one when we did most golf courses. I'm going to go with it for this one as well. Florida.
Florida is not on the list.
Wow.
So the thing that I think helped us get correct answers as most we could in the last one, which was the most courses, is something that we're going to have to reverse engineer.
Okay.
Which was that I think like you could almost just do most golf courses based on most populous states. That got us through like the first 4 or 5.
True.
It was like Florida, California, New York, you know? I think this one is a little bit like, you got to think about like, oh God,
Can I just say Florida was 52nd?
there's only 50 states.
I know. Why is that?
Okay.
Oh my
And then are we counting
goodness.
like, what?
that like, I didn't know where I was for like half a second.
Well, that's why I had to bring it up.
I was like, what?
Did I miss a period in history?
Yeah. Did something crazy
What
happen
year
while
is
we
it?
were doing
What
this
year is it?
podcast? Did somebody tweet something while we were on this podcast
Dude,
that gave us more states? Did Canada find? No,
what was
okay.
in those Epstein files? Like what happened?
Strange.
Is it
Okay, well,
DC and then what, like the Dominican Republic or something?
Puerto Rico?
Or Puerto Rico, I mean?
Okay, so there you go. That's how you
okay,
get to 52.
okay.
there you go.
Okay. All right, so
Wow.
I just so we're clear on this now, I picked the last one
Yeah.
You went
possible.
full
Okay,
You went full Harris English, Kyle Morikawa, data golf.
correct.
You were the last one on there.
All right, Riggs.
That's
give me
almost
give me a
more
guess.
impressive than guessing one on the list.
Oh,
I'm
this
gonna
is
go
why.
back.
It's average handicap index by states and territories.
There you go.
And territories.
You're in.
Bang. Territory feels like kind of a derogatory
Not good.
term,
Yeah, it's not good.
doesn't it?
Yep,
Territory.
for sure.
But I think that's what you call
For sure. And the USGA's calling it.
I think they got to come up with a new term. Okay. Anyways, not to go all full like woke on you.
No.
it.
I'm gonna go back to the well. North Carolina.
North Carolina is not in the top 10.
Georgia.
Georgia is number 10.
Okay.
Trent Ryan.
Try and guess what the average handicap is in Georgia at 10.
Oh boy. And with this, so we're talking the exercise is lowest states.
Right.
Oh man.
I got to guess.
You go.
Average handicap. I'm gonna say 13.4.
It's 14.3.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
All right, Riggs, give me a state or territory.
California.
Not 10.
I kind of suck at this game.
It's hard.
But even like the other versions of this game.
Well, we were talking about it. Yeah, it's hard.
I think I've got
California
my first.
is 35th at a 17.1.
Better than 52.
Trent did it.
Arizona.
No.
Okay. I got one.
I'm saying Alaska next time around. Okay?
I got one. Massachusetts.
No.
Fuck you, Frankie.
I love this game.
All right, so
he gets to be the house in this game.
Rhode Island.
No.
I see what you were doing there.
That's what you said to do.
Yeah,
Where are the best golfers? Where are the best
Texas.
golfers?
Here's the thing. You get
Correct.
mad at us, but
Texas.
you're
Number
looking
9.
at the list.
Number 9, 13.8.
He gets mad at us, but he's looking at the list.
I know he is.
I'm not getting mad. I'm trying to will you.
But I was thinking like every golfer comes from California. I was thinking Tiger Woods.
There's a couple states in there that.
Okay. I got one right. I got. What the hell did I just say?
So far we have Georgia and Texas. Number 10, number 9.
Oregon.
Wrong.
God, I love that guess too.
I know.
Wisconsin.
Wrong.
This game sucks.
Iowa.
Wrong.
Ohio.
Wrong.
Oh, okay, Ryan Richard. Why don't you throw a guess in there, Ryan Richard?
The guys
Oh,
with the lists are the meanest. No doubt about it. They're like, it's so easy.
You let me know when you want me to rattle this thing.
No.
New York.
No.
I don't want you to rattle it off.
I don't either.
Okay. Colorado. I don't fucking know.
No.
Puerto Rico.
No.
Should I say D.C.?
No.
I'm not going to.
Washington, D.C. is 6th.
Shut up.
Yep. 13.2.
You're talking small population, I guess.
Those yuppie fucking. They
Yeah,
all
Rhode
work
Island was
they
on
all work
there.
in the political office and go to
All
like
right, so-
Northeastern schools.
But you can see, right? Pretty good. You got to think that that's a pretty
What was the number?
13.2.
Is the handicap?
Yeah. Almost a full stroke better than Georgia.
But what would you say is
Jesus.
the argument for that?
I would assume that Washington, D.C. is a golfing community with like pretty high level golfers. So if they're counting that as a location, it's a pretty small location with a lot of
Yeah.
golfers in it, high level golfers in what I would assume.
That's what I would have thought about Rhode Island.
Yeah, but like I think DC is like a working city, so people are probably just living there. It doesn't necessarily mean they're from there, but they're all probably golfers from other states. You know what I mean? I'm answering it because I know the answer. I'm acting like it was an obvious one.
I've got Nebraska,
Nebraska is not there.
Nevada.
No.
Michigan.
No.
How many states are there left?
I think we got to get to the answer here.
Hawaii.
No.
You.
Number 10, Georgia. Number 9, Texas. Number 8, North Dakota. Number 7, Tennessee. Number 6, Washington, D.C. Number 5, Alabama. Number 4, Oklahoma. Number 3,
Fucking A, I thought about Oklahoma.
Louisiana. Number 2, Arkansas. And number 1, the lowest handicap index by the USGA as of 2024, Mississippi. An average handicap of 11.6.
That's just all the states you wouldn't think.
Those are all states for sure.
Yeah, it's good college states, right? So it's like
Ooh.
Arkansas, Oklahoma, Alabama.
But what do you mean good college? Like,
Well, like they have a good,
I'm a
they have
little
good
biased, but like
they have
the
good college
best
teams. Like I don't know,
good college teams. I see.
You know, maybe they're getting some. Maybe that would have went in your brain at some point. Brad Dahlke, Oklahoma.
I think you give us another hour, we'd have got there.
I think so. This
Actually,
game
love-
kind of brings down the vibes a little bit because of
No,
how
I love the game.
I
I
apologize.
we were just so bad at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just really bad at it.
yeah.
I couldn't wrap my head around where that one was going. Like,
This
I
could be
just-
our thing. You guys are just horrible at lists.
I guess
Like,
so.
'cause we're
Come
you guys
on,
are
the
0 for
first
3.
list was a faulty list, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
True.
Try on or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a big week for us with Adidas, man. Layering season. You guys
Yeah.
probably didn't expect that when you came out here to the desert
No.
in November. But the amount of layers, I'm wearing 3 layers up top of Adidas right now. I got this jacket, I got this crew neck, I got this polo. It's been layering season for us.
It really has
nice
been.
gear, man.
Oh,
And super efficient and needed. Like when it rains like that sideways and it's coming in, especially out here in Arizona where the golf carts don't have anything built for rain. They don't have windshields.
I remember that from our page match that we
They don't have windshields, and they don't have anything that's covering the golf clubs in the back.
Nothing.
So you're just getting dumped on.
Dominated.
And you drive 12, 13, whatever, 20 miles an hour. I don't even know how fast these things go. And like the rain's just hitting you in the face in the lap. Rain hitting you in the lap while you're driving a electric vehicle is outrageous.
And shout out to Adidas for bringing the truck out here.
So the Adidas, my main point is when we're geared up like this, it really shows just how good this stuff is. This jacket I'm wearing was laughable at how dry I am underneath here. I got all Adidas from head to toe underneath. I got pants on, the whole deal. I'm loving it. They have taken the Barstool Classic Championship to the next level, bringing that huge truck that's essentially a moving store.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And every single person that participated got an Adidas shirt, the whole deal. Just really, really elevating us to a new level.
You can check out the Adidas Originals golf line. They just had a new drop relatively recently. Adidas is the official golf apparel and footwear partner of us right here at Fore. That includes their new Originals golf range, which is inspired by classic Adidas heritage and elevated with bold, premium style. It's made to perform and built to stand out on and off the course. Their shoes are awesome. Everything's awesome at Adidas. Check out that newest drop and much more. Shop Adidas' latest golf gear at adidas.com/foreplaypod. Again, we have our own link, curated all kinds of good stuff, including that Originals, Adidas, golf, and a bunch more. That is adidas.com/foreplaypod.
Do we want to bring Brendan Jones on here and talk about how he edited the the Internet Invitational?
We can,
because
Yeah.
that is just as much of a talking point in my life. Like the amount of people that have DM'd me, texted me, called me. How did you guys accomplish this? How was it done? We kind of alluded to it in a past show, but I think just hearing from him, he deserves to be able to kind of tell that story.
I think everybody wants to hear from Brendan Jones.
Yeah,
That's what
why
I
don't
think.
you get out here?
Fucking
Why
Jonesy.
don't you bring a
Brendan
chair
Jones.
up?
Maybe put
Brendan
some-
Jones,
maybe
head
put
producer.
maybe put an audience applause as he
Can
comes
you do
down.
Brian
Ebro.
Rich, write a note to throw in a low applause as he's coming up here?
Studio.
Thank you.
Studio.
He deserves it. Maybe bump the volume more.
Right now, bump it up. Yep.
Oh, man. It's like Beatlemania on this
Keep it going.
podcast.
Keep it going.
Keep it going right
Keep
now?
it going.
Beatlemania.
Yep.
Whoa.
At the very end, when he's ready to go, once he sits down, I have a woman scream, "Woo!"
And then cut it off.
And then cut it off. Right when he sits down, have a woman go,
So
"Woo!"
still have it going.
So,
I think
we're
Brendan
setting
Jones
the
is standing
camera.
up on purpose. To
No,
keep
we're
the
setting the
applause
camera.
going.
Is he in frame? All right, now you sit down. The applause has reached its height, and once he sits down, I want a woman to go, "Woo!"
And cut it. Super producer Brendan Jones has joined the show.
Yep. How long have you been the producer of this show?
2020 I joined. 5+
and a half
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So
You can walk in front of the camera next time, Ryan Richardson. It's fine. You're
What
part
did
of
he
the
like
show.
ninja around?
Yeah,
it?
he rolled. He ducked and rolled.
February
Ducked and rolled.
2020, right before
Interesting.
COVID.
Interesting time for the world.
You met
Yeah.
Riggs in Pinehurst, right?
Met him in the office, and then we went ahead and lived together for.
He wore a
33
at the
days.
time we were sponsored by Peter Millar, and he wore a Peter Millar Shinnecock quarter zip
Mhm.
to the interview, and I was like, this guy gets it. This guy knows what he's
Still own that bad boy.
And then he came down, and we ended up for a while. We lived in a house with Abby Liebenthal, who and her now husband Brendan Arnsbrock, who's the man. But we didn't really know Abby. We met her for the first time, Trent, at Augusta.
Yep.
She worked for Titleist, then she worked for Imperial, then she worked for the USGA, and now she works over at the Fried Egg.
Fried Egg.
Oh,
That's right.
really?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
fried egg?
Yep.
And
with
she
Andy
runs
and all them.
the For the Ladies
She does For the Ladies, which is
on her own.
incredible series of events where she basically like breaks down all the barriers to entry that might be intimidating, especially for like women getting into golf. And it's like a clinic. It's like how to like dress. It's like etiquette. It's at really cool places. She does a great job with all that. But anyways,
does.
that was like our housemates in Pinehurst.
Yeah, 33
Crazy
days.
start to a job. Just right in the middle of
Crazy
COVID, living in another state,
Dude, and it was
filming videos while the world shut
It
down.
was great because you were editing the Pinehurst
Pinehurst.
travel series, which is the first ever travel series we had done. And then our videographers and producers that were on that, the main guy, he had like left since then. So Brendan was taking it over, and he was like, I feel like I need to immerse myself in Pinehurst to like edit the videos
Yeah.
properly.
Hey, you guys
Awesome.
talked about it so highly, and I was like, I don't even know what this place is about.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to be in New York, so went down and visited Rick.
It worked out great. You were able to interview Pash
Mhm.
more.
It's a
for-
great series.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for every episode, anything I needed, it was obviously just at my fingertips. If I wanted to go get drone footage of, XYZ. It was right there.
But what's funny is like that's the first video you edited, and if you go back and watch those, which would be fun for people that really care about this stuff, to go see the difference between that, and then we'll get to the Internet Invitational and kind of how you've evolved in this world. To me, watching you do it is very Barstool in the fact that like no one really, you didn't go to school for specifically how to edit those types of videos. You were working at News 12? You were like an anchor? You're a sports anchor? What the hell were you doing?
Two different jobs. I was at the MLB and the NHL Network.
Where you learned how to edit a little
5
bit.
days a week, yeah. They were like super professional about everything. That's kind
Weren't
of
you
where
like camera facing?
at News 12 I was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
News
you're
12
like
I
the
was
guy.
a local sports anchor for a little while.
So you had the tools
Look it
to
up.
be able to like jump right into editing a video. I'm assuming just like I did and just like everyone at Barstool did, you probably watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to learn certain things. And as you edit videos, you start to build and build and build. You start to see what other people are doing in the space. You come up with your own ideas in that, and then you start to own. Like Brendan has his own stuff that will forever be for the betterment of YouTube golf, like introducing the cart cams for certain things and droning from tee to green, and that being the transition. Those things were not happening. People weren't using drones as transitions, and it's just, I'm sure someone could fact check me on someone doing it once or twice before it, but it really felt like we started to have this system where like we had a guy that he wanted his own feel and his own thing. Style is the word I'm looking for. Thing was something else.
Thing's a little too general.
He wanted his own thing. And I think you nailed it. And now it kind of, I mean, you can talk more to that, but it all kind of culminated with getting the Internet Invitational dropped on your lap and being like, we trust you now. It's amazing when you watch that old video at Pinehurst where we had like Joey Molinari doing
the voiceover,
trying to act like Attenborough.
David Attenborough.
Yeah.
That's go back and watch those videos and watch how different they were to now. And that's all this guy learning more shit.
Dude, yesterday somebody was talking to me about the Internet Invitational, and it's been crazy to see the feedback, and seriously thank everybody who's been in my DMs. It's the most DMs I've ever gotten in my entire life.
Hell yeah.
Even in person.
Good.
Dude, I went to Home Depot earlier. I literally went to Home Depot earlier to get something, and I had our battery. I was looking for a charger, and I had our battery, and the battery says Barstool Sports. This was 2 hours ago. And the guy at Home Depot was like, do you work at Barstool Sports? I was like, yeah, I do. He literally goes, I just watched that golf event, the Internet Invitational. And I talked to him about it for like 5-10 minutes. He says, were you there for that? I go, oh boy, dude, was I there for that?
Well, sir, how much time you got? When's your break?
I've been there for
my
that for 3 months straight.
The reach has been crazy. But somebody yesterday talked to me at the Barstool Classic about, how great it was and the production value. And I go, dude, go back and watch the Kevin Kisner scramble.
Yeah.
There's not a single tracer in the video.
No.
It's crazy.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's wild.
How is that?
The colors.
Watch that trash.
Did we have the ball hitting the green or no? Was there a camera?
Sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, now we got Nate the Great out there capturing every ball that lands. I'm watching the Morikawa video right now.
You and I have we've like gone long nights, especially like when we're doing the behind the greens, on like making it as easy for the viewer to just watch a round of golf. And I think that there's a lot of different styles out there right now. We are always amazed at the good guys, and now even Bob and the Jet, they've kind of taken like the good style of it as well, where it's like just kind of shoot and go and moving, no microphones. There's a shotgun mic on top, and it just works for them. And we've always thought that it was like chaos for us to try and do it, because we're like, oh, we set this standard of ease watching, and then if we go to that now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you think people are going to
feel like people are going to be like, this shit sucks now, even though like if you started that way, they never would have, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
so you're almost in a tough spot is what I'm trying to get at.
I say that to our guys all the time. I'm like, our standard's higher than a lot of people out there, and that's just the way
that doesn't mean it equates to more views. It's just that's what you've set for yourself, and then like when the Jet, and I'm sure he would be okay with us saying it, when the Jets saw what you guys were doing with the Internet Invitational, he couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah,
he's why are you guys putting this much stuff into it? He goes, you could just do it the way we do it, and we're gonna get millions of views anyway.
Yeah, he came to New York.
You're just a crazy person when it comes to like,
yeah, I mean,
details.
You should be proud of what you do,
right?
And that's kind of where we stand on everything.
Definitely.
And dude, and what you said earlier, how like the Internet Invitational kind of just obviously got tossed on our plate as like the foreplay production team. I was thinking about it, and I was like, dude, it's crazy for Dave to have trusted us with all that. Like, this was huge, and he knew it was huge. But, like, when I think about it, I'm like, in that one meeting, I remember I blurted it out. I was like, it's 3 hours and 45 minutes, the
Yeah.
first episode.
You didn't want to tell
And
him.
remember that.
yeah, because I had to tell him because I knew he wasn't used to that number or had probably not thought
I
that-
wasn't used to that. Number.
Right. Nobody
I
was.
like, what?
Yeah, nobody was. And
fuck
the
did you
style that
say?
we were doing it was obviously brand new. Nobody's ever done anything like this.
But it's funny
And
that
all
no one
he's-
was used to it, but we watch like the RBC Heritage for 6 hours.
Right.
Yeah, true.
People saying this is too long. Like, you watch golf Thursday through Sunday. It's like 8 hours of coverage.
Yep, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all he responded
What
was
are we
just like,
talking
"Oh wow," you know.
Yeah.
And I could tell you could see his wheels kind of spinning a little bit, but he trusted us with the whole thing. He like trusted the golf guys, us and Bob Does Sports, to really like take it home, which is
Dude,
pretty
it is,
great.
I've talked to so many people about this, and this is as much as the whole Internet Invitational has transcended, and we notice it with like the airport test, right? When you're in the airport, people
Mhm.
come up to you out of nowhere, like, I love that fucking Invitational. People say in the bathroom when you're at a fucking restaurant, you go to the bathroom, like, that Invitational is unbelievable. This is also the first time I've really noticed people unsolicitedly telling me about how good of a job you guys did.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all
Yeah.
the time.
Cool.
A bunch of people in the internet or in the Barstool Classic today and yesterday, people that I randomly see that we stop and talk to at the airport or at dinner, or the guy that got me was supposed to be a beer, but it was a $40 glass of wine because my fucking server. But all those people are going out of their way to be like, I can't believe the production value. And my reaction is like, dude, I want you to know how crazy it is from our vantage point, because that's not like our team to me is not guys that came up and like went to some unbelievable whatever like production school and then worked
Yeah.
at like HBO Go and then worked on Game of Thrones, and it's like you guys are like our buddies that
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
editing this.
Well, that's
Right.
It's
that's the
insane.
real testament to you guys, is that you guys did something that people didn't even think was possible on
Right.
YouTube Golf.
Right.
Like you're saying, yeah, if you come from these big platforms or these big whatevers and like, oh yeah, these guys know how to do it. Now they're just going to do it and put it on YouTube. You guys did. You're homegrown. You've been with us forever. And not that you guys ever had any limitations in terms of what you could do, but I don't think people thought this was possible. And
No.
that's the difference.
It's been really,
Agreed.
and yes, because I've gotten reached out to by, I don't know, almost every videographer I've ever worked with, just being like, this was incredible. But then you hear from Colin Ross, who's been running Good Ship for like a long time, him
Yeah.
and Max.
Colin and
You hear
Max.
from Skylar B. McLean, some of Bryson's team. Skylar obviously does Grant stuff, the Jet obviously, and all of them just say, hey, this was unbelievable. You all have changed the game. And I'm just like, whoa.
Right. When
You
it's
know.
people in your own industry who are
Yeah.
like, wow.
That's cool when you can impress those people, because
Right.
they obviously know what goes on, behind the scenes for it all. That's really cool. And dude, I've said this forever. Like when you watch Surviving Barstool or anything that Barstool does, like Barstool's post-production team is far and away the best post-production team in the content game, and probably like in television.
Yeah, I mean, Surviving Barstool is, and now it's insane to put Internet Invitational in the same vein, because when I watch Surviving Barstool, I can't believe it's a Barstool production. I
I
can't.
know.
It is legitimately a primetime TV show, and now we get to say that about a golf thing that we own. It's insane
It is.
that you,
At its
that
height-
you did that.
At its height,
I didn't think you could do it.
thank you. At its
I really
height-
didn't.
That's what I'm talking about.
I
the
didn't
limitation.
know.
And it's not
Look,
even that. It's not.
I know what you mean.
Does-
I know.
I
No, I
do too.
know.
How
Doesn't
could you
speak
tell the
to-
story of 48 people out there on the golf course at the same time and make it compelling and show all the shots that you need to show? My head was spinning just thinking about it.
Well, let's get into it. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we've got the footage. It's whatever. It's late August. We've just filmed this thing. What happens?
Even going into August,
yeah,
how the hell did you even know
on-site production
how
was
to
just as crazy
film
as the
it?
post. Yeah.
True. That's a good point.
But it all starts.
So you come out of the womb. What do you think?
Yeah. No, it all starts on trying to make things as easy as possible, which means just like condensing and making like everything you're about to do smaller, if that makes sense. Like we edit every video hole by hole, and each hole, and we shoot hole by hole, and each hole is its own video in essence, and then you put them all together and you have this one big story. So I was trying to do that on a grand scale, with the Internet Invitational. And I talked to the Jet about all this. Once we had the format, it's like, all right, man, how can we do this? Every twosome that went out had a camera. There was 2 cameras, in the group following each twosome. And in order to like keep pace up and not like have a million carts driving everywhere, we just threw a camera person on each green. So as you guys were playing, the camera on the green would stay there, shoot balls landing, and then shoot everybody walking off, and then just turn again and fire with the people who are coming.
Day one,
in.
you had 33 cameras out there.
So it would be 24 plus 9 for the greens is 33 plus 24 GoPros plus 2
Running simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Plus Dave's isolated cam plus Big Cat's isolated cam
35 cameras.
plus 3 drones.
35 cameras, 3 drones, 48 microphones, plus Dan and Big Cat. 50 microphones.
94.
33. This is going to turn into the Christmas.
72 with the GoPros.
And
Seven
5 golden.
Yeah.
33 cameras, 3 drones, 50 microphones,
That was good. You're a music.
And
Yeah.
24
GoPros.
GoPros.
and 24 GoPros,
Yeah, dude. It's a lot.
and 1 Internet
Yeah.
Invitation.
So-
I got a stupid question.
Are you,
Batteries.
Right. So everybody had.
how are you still married? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
We'll
how
get to
did
that
you
later. We'll get to
edit
that later.
all of this?
So everybody went out with, the proper amount of batteries. We've done this a bunch of times. We shot with these cameras, quite a bit. Also, shout out to like all of the YouTube golf videographers. Like Brian Bros guy Carney was there for all 3 days and filmed all 3 days. You had the Busted Jack videographer Caden. He was out there helping
was
us
great.
film.
He
So
was
like,
with me
yeah,
'cause
he was with you because you were with Cole a lot.
Yeah.
So we asked everybody, like, you're obviously going to bring your videographer because if you get bounced, you're going to go film YouTube videos with these other creators. If your videographer wants to shoot that first day, like, more than welcome, we'll pay them to help out. And a lot of them did, which was awesome
That's
because they
awesome.
obviously know the space.
Who was
But-
with me on the final day? The Brian Bros camera guy?
Carney, yeah.
Carney?
Yeah.
He is awesome.
Yeah, he's impressive. He caught Dave's eye, which is pretty wild.
See the guy running around?
Yeah.
Dave
Dave
Dave's
looked
like,
like-
that's not a Barstool guy. I know that.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
He like in the most nerve-wracking day of my life, he was really like nice to me and was like a very solid dude right behind the camera. When
Yeah.
I would look back at him and like my heart would be pumping or my eyes would be darting, he'd just be like, "It's good, dude. Let's go." Like
Yeah.
kind of that. He wouldn't
Yeah.
say anything, but it was just that look. Like, come
Yep.
on.
Yeah, he filmed every single shot of that final round.
He was really
Jesus.
good, dude.
Yeah.
Really good dude.
Yeah. So at a
They got a
tight,
good
there
one.
were, however many cameras. I didn't do the math, but everybody filmed their match as if it was its own YouTube golf video.
That was
Mhm.
very smart.
So
Yep.
because you don't want to miss anything. So you need to have cameras, and that's the Barstool way. You have to have cameras
Film
rolling
everything.
at all times. So, when we announced the format and the players, like we just kept, at one point it was going to be 20 players, and I was like, all right, we can handle that. And then it was like 30, and then it was like 64. At one point I almost like shit my pants. And then it went down to 48, and I was like, all right, still a lot, but we could potentially handle this.
How many long calls did you and I have where I would just put them on speaker and we would just talk about how many people were going to be in it, and you like couldn't believe that?
Oh,
we were gonna
dude,
do
I was
this?
just like, damn, bro, just keep adding people, and all I see are just like more camera people that like
Uh-huh.
we have to try to find.
Yeah, like each person is like 2 cameras.
Do you think the
Yeah.
PGA Tour there's people in the PGA Tour right now that are sitting in a boardroom with this podcast playing? They all have like notes and like pen and paper.
They do love
Like, all right,
boardrooms.
let's just
Yeah,
see how we're
don't want to
gonna
give away the secrets too much.
How are we gonna do this?
Yeah, but it was so every match was shot as
64K.
Good
a-
luck finding 50 of him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
never gonna happen.
every match was shot as its own YouTube golf video, and you guys alluded to us obviously putting those out individually, which
Love
is nice.
that. Are we gonna put all those out or just the kind of?
I think we talked about it today. I think we just put them all out
Dude.
eventually.
Absolutely.
You have how many? You had 24 videos.
24 matches on day one because you had 12 and 12, and then you had 6 and 6 on day two. So that's 36.
You can put 36 videos out.
It's almost one a week. I
On
mean,
the-
it's
yeah,
52
and
weeks
leading
a
up to
year,
Internet
but-
Invitational 2.
Sure.
And I said some of them might get 10,000 views, whatever. Just put them all out. Who
Put it out
cares?
there.
Doesn't
So-
matter. Just build the channel up.
Yeah. It was obviously incredibly daunting, like going into it all. And I had conversations with the Jet, who was amazing, throughout the entire process.
Love the
But
Jet.
the Bob Does Sports team and the post production team and just team in general is much smaller than ours, right? So, like, they obviously were just working with us and doing the best they can to help with whatever they had, which was awesome. And the Jet's like a great YouTube mind and just a great production mind. So it was awesome, like having him as like a confidant / like teammate throughout.
Yep.
But I always wanted to make everybody's life and job just narrowed, if that made sense.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the big picture and like I'll take on all of that or whatever, along with the Jet. But what you're doing right now, like, just complete the task or the two
Right.
tasks.
So you're trying to basically silo these people off.
Correct.
Because you're saying small, you're saying narrow. You're like, this thing is huge, but we got to get it small for the people who are working on each piece of it.
Exactly. And that was essentially how we tackled the edit. Now, it's funny too because it was all a YouTube golf video, but there was such a reality aspect of everything too. So it was like, all right, I could plan for the golf, no problem. This is how you do it. Everybody's used to shooting golf, but then it's like, all right, they're about to do this draft, and we need you on him and you on him, and a wide shot here, to capture the entire thing, and go get some confessionals from people who are like just been drafted, and that's where like the Barstool camera ops are amazing to have. When you have, Fasoli out there, he's shot stool scenes forever, and you have
Fasoli, dude, what a star.
Yeah.
Callaway.
I needed that so bad. I just need that. Yeah, that was so funny, dude. But yeah, so you had that aspect of it, and then you had to like roll it right into golf. And dude, everybody on site that helped was so good at their job.
So that all makes sense. Where I think it would get the most complicated is like the flow of information in terms of what's happening when, and what's happening like with the Luke Kwan thing, when people are finding out, and what's happening with different matches. Like things are happening, but you don't want to show things that haven't happened yet, if that makes any sense.
So that's more of like the edit style. So everything was captured on site, really well done. And as it dwindled down, it quote unquote got easier because like less players, less matches, were going on, and everybody knew like their role going into the, next round or whatever they were filming. But then when it got to the edit, it was the same thing. Like let's just isolate, responsibility, where you had, 3 or 4 people, or, for every person, they were assigned 3 or 4 individual 9-hole matches to handle.
Okay.
So it was, you handle match 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody else will handle 5, 6, 7, 8, and then another person will handle the last 4, and that is 3 editors handled 3. All of the matches on session 1, day 1. Now, obviously, I can't watch everything, and everybody can't watch everything. So what I had, and I was talking to you about this on the phone, was a document created. And it was essentially a log where each editor would log each hole of every match. So tell me briefly what happened in this match, and going into this log, here are the main storylines. Like obviously after day 1, Luke Kwan was the only thing people could talk about. So like if there's any Luke Kwan chatter, log it, log who won the hole, log if anything crazy funny happened. If it's a must watch, log that. Do that for every hole of every match. And I could much easier read a log and piece a story together than, somebody just telling me what happened or just
you having to
watch
it
back.
Right.
So
you can't watch all that footage.
You can't.
No, it's impossible, especially because we were still trying to do things, right? Like we still were putting out videos up until the beginning of the Invitational.
So there's that master document of like, here's what's going on.
Exactly. So I knew I had the vision with the jet, and I knew that I could handle putting together that first episode, and that if I could show the other 5 finishing editors, what this thing potentially could look like, then it would make their life a lot easier. So I just ripped through this giant log, found, how to go from match to match. I saw that on the second hole is when, hole-in-one trick shots found out that Luke Kwan didn't show up for his match. So I should probably include, that part of it.
That part was amazing watching it back. Like,
yeah, the Luke Kwan stuff was really cool.
With Luke Kwan and with all the storylines of like being able to enhance the storyline with footage of someone from somewhere else talking about it in a timeline that made sense.
Right.
Was amazing.
Yeah. Well, exactly. And it was hard. Like it was definitely hard.
Right.
But
watching the whole field find out about Luke Kwan, and me not realizing that like not everyone was where I was when I found out. They were through hole 6, or they were 2 holes away from teeing off, or whatever. In like
or the range.
Yeah, and them digesting it before they teed off versus being 4 holes in a dog fight. Like all of that was really interesting.
Yeah, you have to essentially know, where everybody is and what makes sense with where you're at in the video. So yeah, once Luke Kwan was woken up and told and all that stuff, like I knew that if so-and-so was on the 6th hole and they found out, like I could go to that. But like you don't want to show them on the 7th hole playing golf, because then it doesn't make any sense.
Do you think the log that you had that really highlighted like all the big quote unquote drama moments, or like the big moments, is why some people that may have not been critical of the Internet Invitational, but like their one takeaway that could be deemed as negative was that we like sought out the drama, and that like it felt like it was more about the reality TV aspect than the golf. Like I feel like in the beginning some people might feel that way, and then when you hear like how your breakdown of how you were going to edit was basically around like just the biggest moments as opposed to like the biggest golf shots, I think that's how people can see like that's really it's the only way you were able to kind of piece it together.
And like,
you know what I'm saying?
We were there.
Like you gave these 3 editors the 3 matches, and like you're just asking what was the biggest moment out of that, and to them the biggest moments were them complaining about Luke not waking up, and so then like when you get all of that information and then you're taking all of your starred big moments, it just happened to be a lot of the drama and not like a great wedge shot next to a hole. Sure, you showed that.
Yeah, right.
But like that is kind of what just happened because of what happened at the event. You know what I mean? Those were the big moments.
And I seen some comments being like, oh, they harped on the Luke Kwan stuff too much, and let's just focus on golf and like put it to bed or whatever. And I'm like, man, we were there, and it was the only thing people were talking about.
Like the No Laying Up guys said that it was a reality TV show, not a golf tournament, essentially.
But
which is like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I was like, is that a criticism or a compliment?
I mean, we didn't.
It's also, honestly, this is a point Colin Morikawa made last week on the pod when he was like, people say, I just wish they'd show more golf. And he's like, well, is that really why you're watching?
No.
To just watch endless golf shots from everyone.
I will say Sully said he liked it. He enjoyed it.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Nice.
Yeah. He's
that's more than,
those like Morikawa's point was like, no, you have to like, as you hone in on the golf tournament and who's going to be the 2 or 3 people that might win it, you're trying to tell a story.
Yes.
Like that story is the important part, and then the shot has more context.
I think the people who complain about the PGA Tour we did it the way that they would want it done. Where like we always talk about story building.
Yeah.
And we did that. That's what we did.
How many shows have you watched in your lifetime on HBO or whatever, whether it's Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad, where there's a bunch of episodes where you're like, why are we seeing this?
Yeah.
Why are they going to this side characters, they're following him the entire episode, or why are we seeing this? And then at the end, you look back, you're like, I'm so glad that we know that character so much more now because of what happened in the end. That's exactly what you guys had to build. It is the reality TV of golf. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah. No,
when you said that sounded like a compliment to me.
Yeah, it is. It kind of, I think some people probably looked at it as like a negative because hate came.
That was a weird butt.
What?
What was that?
I just said butt.
It sounded like he was
Did I
trying to make
squeak
fun
it
of
out?
himself.
No.
I'm sorry.
You said butt. We squeaked it.
No, keep
I
going.
think some people might say like you piled on like the Luke stuff and really everything was about all the drama incidents, and at the end of the day, like those are just the things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the moments.
That's
when
right.
you're in the moment, when you were there, it was like you were drenched in it.
They also elicited.
You were suffocating in the drama.
Correct.
Because those moments elicited the biggest reaction from the people there. So
Right.
you know they're going to elicit the biggest
Exactly.
reaction from the people watching.
Just
As
human.
opposed to a regular YouTube golf video where the biggest reaction is like a hole out from 150 yards.
Yeah.
This one happened to be that the guy slept in.
I could go
Crazy
up
reaction.
to anybody I went up to on site, whether they were done with their match or playing their match. I'd be like, hey, how's it going? They'd be like, just made bogey. Luke Kwan slept in. Here are my thoughts.
Dude,
You know,
during the
and
chaos of
I was
Luke-
like, all right, okay.
During the cast of Luke Kwan, George Bryan like chipped in to advance his match like to the 9th hole to keep his alive. I don't think a single person's talking about that. It was like the coolest chip in ever.
And to be clear,
Short-sided pin.
I was there. It was sick.
It was the sickest chip ever, but
Yeah.
everyone's like, well, what do you say about Luke?
And then right after that, he said something to Luke.
Yeah.
He's like, thanks for sleeping in.
Exactly.
and to be clear, those shots were all shown.
Right.
It's like
Right.
not
I'm saying the takeaway.
Yeah, no, of course. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like to the people who are like, oh, there needs to be more golf. It's like there is golf in it. It's just
Tons
there's
of
also
golf.
There's like,
Yeah.
how many hours was the whole series?
Oh,
There's
I've seen
over
like
10 hours of golf.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. And I also
You could've
I
left
like
out
Luke
the
a lot.
last
We-
chip, if we're being honest.
we all
Who's
like
that?
Luke.
Show less of that golf, you know?
We all like Luke a lot. He's
Yeah.
a great friend of the program, and he came up to me on site and said, "Do what you got to do." And
That's
I said,
awesome.
"I
Awesome.
was planning on it, but thank you."
I respect that. I respect that.
So do
I
I.
know we kind of talked about this in the last show too, but it's like the Luke Kwan thing is so funny to me because it's like we're talking about a man sleeping in a little bit too long in a
Right.
golf match. Who cares at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Like we all care
Yeah.
because it was funny, but none of that equates to like Luke Kwan's a bad person. It's like
No.
funny. It's like, oh yeah, he kind of slept in. Oops.
No, I mean, and that really came into effect with the Mo and the Page stuff later on.
Yeah.
It's just like, Frankie and I were talking about it yesterday or a couple days ago, where it's like, I wish people could just watch something, have like a reaction where they're like, wow, that's interesting, and then kind of be done with it,
Agreed.
as opposed to like, let's track these people.
Right.
It's
This-
like,
Yeah.
it's
Insane.
like
Someone's
that's
sitting
great.
there like this, watching it, being like,
Well,
okay, that grass just got pushed down. Now I act like this is not going to stop.
That's
until
my call sign.
Until I fix this.
yeah, it's like it's like being a fan of a sports team where you're just like, they win, they lose, you're ups or you're downs. It's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't like find that person's
No.
whatever. and
Quickly,
go after
I
it.
do want to add, now that I said that, I did watch Francis kind of talk. He's been on a couple different podcasts about it. Son of a Boy Dad, he talked about his side of things. We want to get him on the show. Him and Brad are supposed to come on the show today. We have the Barstool Classic. We messed up the timing a little bit, so we couldn't get him on. But I do want to say, in the last show, we kind of did that rushed version of my first takeaway since I've bladed the chip publicly and since everything that happened with my teammates, with Mo and Paige. And I was saying that at the end of the day, like, we lost the hole with Paige, and like, you kind of just move on. And then when you hear Francis' side of it, where he felt like he was just so mad, regardless of what the intention was, that like maybe he could have gotten cheated out of winning his share of $1 million. That part really pissed him off. See, hearing it from that perspective, it does make me feel bad for him in that scenario. And because I did say that like there was gamesmanship by Francis, like saying it to Paige and maybe trying to rattle her or whatever it was. And I probably, in the back of his mind, there was a little bit of that, but I genuinely think that he was just trying to play a clean, fair game because he knew how much was on the line. So I do want to, like, I'm on Francis's side on that. Like, I want that very clear. Like,
Certainly, if you look at it from his perspective, right?
it is
Yeah.
like that is the only perspective you should look at it. Like, it should be a clean, fair game, and regardless of people's intentions,
Well,
which I'm very stern on the fact that like I feel like the intentions, even though people made mistakes, the intentions were probably not as, is it nefarious is the word I'm trying to look for?
Nefarious is pretty
that's
good.
Yeah,
pretty
that
good,
is
yeah.
good.
Like, the intentions weren't as nefarious as people want them to be because they want that drama
Yeah, I
sinking
agree
into
with
their,
that.
into their teeth. That he still has every right to be pissed off and call people out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And I think
And I
that's
think they would agree too, the
but
people
I-
on the other side of him.
yes.
Yes.
And I would also say that is why those two events were such a big deal to the people on property in real time. It's not because we were all like gossipy little queens. It was because we all were like, wait a second, this is a golf match for $1 million.
Yeah.
We need to make sure this is being
Right.
done properly, and we're not going to allow someone to skirt by cheating the rules of golf and take $1 million of the prize pool on our watch. That we need to get this right.
Right.
That was why we were watching all the footage. Brendan went and got a laptop. We blew up the footage from a phone to a laptop. Not because, again, we were all like,
Oh, yeah, no.
we were like, dude,
not
we got to
trying-
get this right.
Right,
What
we
is
don't
the
fuck
call?
around.
What really happened?
Mhm.
And so that was like where we were all coming at it from, because I think we would all feel the way that Francis laid out really perfectly and how he felt. And I think that like there can also be things that are all true at the same time, which is that like I do think people could be in the match, heated, trying to do the best thing for their team in that situation and not think that they're doing anything wrong or nefarious or illegal, and maybe cross a line and feel horrible about it. Or like those two, all
Right.
those things can exist at the same time. And so, yeah, I think a lot of my reaction, where it's like I haven't taken any like hard stance this way or that way, is because like I think that being there in the pressure and the heat of the moment that was so palpable and you could feel it, like I kind of get everybody's vantage point of like,
I know.
fuck me, I'm trying to make sure that like we have the best chance to get through this hole with a tie, and then those people on the other side are like, are they fucking cheating me out of $1 million?
Right.
And then you're also trying to hit shots, and then you're also trying to be like, there's the Dave aspect, and he had bet on one side, Whitney bet on the other side. Is that factoring in? Like all that stuff being considered, it was a crazy pressure cooker, and I think everybody was just kind of trying to get it right. And I think that the one biggest takeaway from the last show that we did was that like nobody that we have ever dealt with in this space that was at the event deserves, no matter what you think they did or didn't do, to be like labeled or to be crucified as like some horrific person, where it's like, everybody that, like, we mentioned people specifically last time, but it's like everybody we worked with there, it's like been awesome to us, awesome person, sent us really good notes. We've had such a good time filming with them, most of them multiple times at different locations around the world. And so, like, you kind of want it to remain within the realm of the Invitational and like be judged there, and we were all weighing in, and then let it, like you said, be like, well, that was fucking really interesting. Glad I watched that. Not like go out of your way to be like going after things that are farther stretched out than that person, whether it's their family or whatever. That's like lunacy, and I just hate seeing all of that. And I think my overall takeaway from that was that, like, everyone's trying to win. People may or may not have crossed the line. There's evidence that we had to address. That's why it was all included. You can make your own judgments. We put all of it in there. We put people weighing in. But then I don't think it ever crossed the line of somebody being, like, ruled as a shitty person or not. They're all awesome people that have done a great job to get to this point.
Yeah.
The evidence also, unfortunately, because if it was a little bit more clear, it would be one thing or the other. It would be like you cheated or you didn't.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, or fortunately, but depending on how you're looking at it, all of it is still it's up for debate. Whether you think it's
right, because
clear or not, like it technically is not. You guys looked at the footage. And
I had no idea.
Right.
This is this is hockey, and the puck is underneath the pad.
Yes.
We all think it probably crossed the line, but there's no conclusive evidence that the puck went over the line, so the goal stands.
Right.
The save stands. It's not a goal.
There's
a
difference.
It's amazing how. Sorry, Trent.
And fans are leaving, going nuts. They're like, fuck that. If you had a rational thinking brain, you would understand that went over the line.
I love rational thinking brain, Frankie.
Rational thinking brain says this puck probably went over the line, but we can't see it. So we have to just live in this world where this is what happened.
I put myself in the final video. Sorry, Riggs. I put myself in the final video, and I don't do that often. I literally said when we were watching on the laptop, my one line was, I don't think it's conclusive.
Yeah, right.
It's inconclusive.
Isn't that amazing too? Because I would think being like, you just said we had 72 cameras out there. What do you mean? How many football games have you watched where they go to the Zoom and you're like, all right, we're going to know right away. And then they watch it and you watch it from 7 different angles and you're like, oh, I don't know if that was a catch or not. You're like, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That it does happen that way a lot where you're just like, dude, I truly don't think it's conclusive, and you're like, that's unbelievable. We have 100 cameras.
I mean,
but that's kind of was my takeaway.
It is conclusive that Paige moved the grass her way. That's conclusive that you see it, but it's not conclusive of what her intentions were.
Yeah, and it's correct because you are, like, people made this point too. You are not only like allowed to, you're like required to identify your golf ball to the point where you could pick it up and take it out of the grass. And so, like, in order to identify that golf ball, there's some version of getting your hand in there and, like, being able to actually see it and identify. Now, if it crossed the line or didn't cross the line to, like, improving a lie, is it a loose impediment? Again, that's the part where it's just, like, not conclusive. And I thought that her reaction was telling of the, like, girl that I've gotten to know over 10 years, which is that, like, the second she even thought she might have done something wrong, not even that she was being accused, but she thought she might have done something wrong, I thought her reaction was immediate, like, remorse. And like, not like I'm trying to cheat you fuckers out of $1 million and I've been caught. It was just like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I hope that wasn't the case. Oh my God. Not like malicious or nefarious. And I didn't think the evidence there was like conclusive one way or the other. Everybody can judge, and that's like why it's been talked about at times. And I thought with the Mo thing, it's like Dave was kind of between a rock and a hard place as well, of like, you got to make a call, man. Does the evidence at times look bad? Sure, of course it does. Is there a way where you could sit there and see one clip where you're like, yep, this is exactly what happened?
I've seen posts and zoom-ins of both sides conclusively saying it was either on the whole time or off. There's one post that says every single time the camera is on him shooting something, it's off. There's screenshots for it. Then there's also a video of him quite literally clicking it on and off when he touches it. So, like, was when he was freaking out. Went back to the cart touching too much.
Which is also crazy. Like, that could be a nervous tick. Like, when I hold a pin that has a clicker on the top, I'm like, click, click, click.
I'm clicking.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
all of this, we're trying to find the middle ground, which people hate. We're trying to just let people know that, like, everything that we're saying right now, Francis is allowed to just despise. He's allowed to say,
yeah, absolutely.
I was playing for a fucking $1 million, and anything that even toes the line on it is bullshit.
Right. It's actually interesting. We have such an interesting perspective on it because you were involved in it.
These are my teammates.
I know. And Francis was involved in it. So we're getting both, like, we were just there, like, watching and like, holy shit. But it's really interesting to hear
as we wanted to be.
To be able to just like hear what you guys want to say.
I'm okay to say that I was his teammate. I thought the footage of Mo was sketchy. I thought it was when I saw it in real time. When they showed it to me on the golf course,
everybody did.
Mo said the footage is sketchy.
Yeah. So did
Mo,
Garrett.
when he was confronted,
so did Garrett.
Dave was like, do you see how, like, he said something to the degree of, like, do you see how, like, and Mo was like, I 100% see that and get that. He's like, but I'm telling you. So, like, I think he would agree that, like, yep, that doesn't look good, but I didn't do it. And you're like, okay, if he says he didn't do it, he
and
says
the simple fact is what didn't happen was we didn't freeze everybody on the green and go check rangefinders. That's inconclusive.
Yeah.
As opposed, this is all inconclusive now, and it's great for debate.
And the last time I said
some people
this
take
about
it too far.
Very far. And the last time I said this on the last show about Paige, where I said, I don't know what her intentions were, everyone's like, you're an idiot. She literally admitted to doing what she did 10 seconds later. I'm not saying that her intentions weren't to move the grass. Her intentions clearly were to separate the grass and check the golf ball. I'm just saying when she was clearly doing that at that moment, was she saying to herself, I'm going to try and get an edge on everyone here, and I'm going to try and get a better path to this golf ball for Mo so he can knock it out of the grass, or because he was hitting the next shot, right?
Yeah.
I just think things just happen. Cameras are around. She's been around this for a long time. I don't know that she would ever go into any moment being like, I'm gonna pretty publicly cheat this right now, you know? Right. And I think that comment on one ended up fucking her.
I agree.
When she said that to Francis, I was like pissed at her at that point. You could see it when we're driving to the second hole.
You're like,
I was like, I kind of get what he's saying. Like, I mean, like, why would he give us a putt for $1 million? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, we're all out here to just like, make the ball go in the hole.
That was her gamesmanship.
No,
I agree.
Yeah.
Which is what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we said that last show,
She came back to bite her hard.
I want that. I'm just saying, if that didn't happen on one, I don't know that anyone's even thinking about the intentions being the other way. Because she'd be allowed to say, oh, I didn't even know that was the rule. I'm sorry. But you can't call it the guy in the first hole and say you don't know the rules. That's where it's all just... It's a perfect storm, dude.
Listen,
it's the perfect storm. It's fucking drama you couldn't even write up in a fucking ABC sitcom.
That's where I landed on it, where it's like, from a theatric standpoint, great. I just, obviously we had to address people going too far, and it's like, that's so crazy. But like, in terms of like putting it all together and wanting an event to transcend and have an impact, I think we did. I wanted to ask you, Brendan, at what point or at any point during the edit or the building of it or the final touches did you feel like the most underwater? Was there that point?
Most underwater was probably 2 weeks before the first episode when we had met prior with Dave, and it was supposed to come out the next week, and then there was a lot of question marks up in the air, and Dave, kind of wanted to see the first episode, which was obviously
because it
fine.
was 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. I gotta see what's going on, and I was just panicking to the point where if he didn't like it, then you got to redo the whole thing.
Nightmare,
which is a fucking nightmare. So I was just super stressed.
He loved
about
it. He just had a couple.
Yeah, no, he had a couple graphical tweaks, and we were planning on doing that lower right graphic similar to the Ryder Cup. So it was it all worked out, thankfully, and he enjoyed it and liked it and told me he did so, which was awesome. So
unsolicited.
Listen, man.
Good job text from Dave.
You did a great fucking job.
You did an amazing job. And honestly, shout out to Dave for caring that much. He watched it and had notes. That's where I started to get the chills a little bit. I'm like, we got something here. Dave Portnoy is this invested into this thing. And also, it wasn't that many notes. So our guy edited the first version of this to a point where Dave really likes it. And he loved every single teaser that you guys edited. Awesome. So, yeah, man, you crushed it. I mean, getting that text from Dave is you should print that thing out and put it above your bed.
A couple people said
hang him up.
Frame it.
Yeah.
When Dave sent me one nice email, he sent the company a nice email after we did
Behind the Greens.
I pulled over and I cried.
Yeah, I didn't cry. I shouted.
I cried. I called him and I said, he fucking said, good job.
It's a rare attaboy, but it's definitely an earned one.
Shout out to Kyle Timms, Jared DeLibro, obviously on our squad. Ryan Richardson cut a bunch of social promos. Trent Christensen took episode 4. Kevin Zuppi handled episode 3. Mike Delastrito. This is the A-team at Barstool. Holy hell. Mike Delastrito did 5 at Cliffhangers. Jake Lasowski helped out on the draft day 1. And then me, Kyle, and Jared did the final. So
let's go.
Mancini said we probably got 20 minutes.
Oh, cool.
We still need 6 scorecards.
Okay.
So,
but those are those are the quote unquote.
Just so folks know, we're kind of rushing. I don't want to rush your thank yous.
We do have the champion. We have the Barstool Classic Championship concluding within the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. Those were the guys who put together the big timelines, and then 48 hours before every episode, I would go in. make sure, obviously, it all made sense, add anything that needed to be added. They crushed it. I didn't have to do much. It was just like some tweaks here and there. But yeah, Dello, Trent, Zupi, Kyle, Jared, Jake, Josh Talajan's the head of post-production. Those guys were like massively helpful. They're so damn talented, man. It's crazy.
They needed a guy like you to be able to tell the story, though, and give them direction, because you needed to do it in a way that was YouTube golf ready and viewable and digestible, and you nailed it. They nailed it. Everybody nailed it. It was perfect.
That full
I need
You
water.
okay?
Yeah, I need water.
I want everyone now is gonna guess the number on what it costs to paint Barstool
Oh,
logo
hell
on the
yeah,
grass.
dude.
Okay.
I have the number.
Was it worth texting and saying on the podcast? Is it a good number?
Extremely worth it.
Wow.
I knew it.
Okay.
I love it. I can't believe you said
Next
that.
question.
I like it too.
I can't believe you
Dude,
said
has your opinion on it changed since now seeing the number?
Yes.
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna say.
But
it was,
I will agree with you.
I
I
fucking love
like
it.
it, and I'm surprised you don't like it, because it's like your kind
I
of
just
thing.
think I just knew it was gonna be.
Well,
expensive. I'm gonna say it was.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I think we all, because I think if you do guesses like this, it might influence people who are going to guess.
Okay.
I also
So-
don't 100% know that we cover all of it, but I guess we probably do.
Yeah.
Whatever the number is, that
It's the
number
number.
could then get put to something else.
So everybody write down a
In the
number
world.
and you can't change it, because I think if you make a guess, it could affect what other people are going to say. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I want Grayhawk to know that we love you very much, and
We
I think
do.
it's cool, and people should do paintings out there and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it's a hell of a number.
I was shocked. I was shocked.
Oh, write it in the foreplay chat.
Okay.
Invisible ink.
You doing invisible ink?
Yeah.
All right.
I was shocked because first I definitely saw like some air getting deflated out of like the Barstool Classic team's balloon when you said that. I was like, oh, they're not gonna love that. But then I was like, I can't believe Frankie didn't.
They're not gonna like that I said. Well, I
You're like,
love
this cool painting stinks.
No, I don't love it. I don't know. Well, I don't love it because I think that it's expensive.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Like
Right.
if it was just something that like we went out there and like when I was in freaking McVeigh Elementary School and we did we painted the concrete with a bunch of those chalk pens, that'd be great. We all go out there and we do a little bit of
Well,
artwork.
you might be
Yeah,
right.
you guys have all guessed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to read these guesses as I unveil them. Frankie sent his text in first. So Frank Borelli's guess is $10,000.
This was the one in my brain that I said
Okay.
if it is $10,000, that
It's
would
so
be.
funny because when we were out there, you said it to me as it was a fact. You're like, that thing cost $10,000.
I've been saying that all day.
I know. I was
I'm like, I bet you that
damn.
cost $10,000 to do.
Trent Ryan's guess, $3,000.
Oh man, I might be an asshole.
Producer Brendan Jones, $12,000.
No way.
You said 10.
I know that's a high number.
The answer's $5,000.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
okay.
right.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
Okay.
It's still a big number though.
I would have thought that takes
That's a pretty big
10
number.
to 15 minutes and costs $1,000. maybe.
yeah.
$5,000's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot of
That's
money.
a lot of money. Think about $5,000.
to paint a logo.
Yeah, it's cool. But the
That
Barstool Classic
is-
does well, and I think you could spare 5.
No, I know that. I'm just saying that it's on the ground, so you really can't see it that well. You see that it's there, and I think it's such a big logo that you know what it is. Maybe $5,000 huge hockey puck size Barstool logo that is like up
More
in the
visible?
air or something. Who knows? You know, something.
I
That's
think
like,
your main
something that's 3D.
issue with it would be you can't really take a picture with it,
correct.
which is kind of what we want. That's what the announcements are about. That's
Yeah.
where it's like you want something where it's like this is what goes on at
That's
this
right.
event.
That's right.
Let me show you. I struggled to get a good picture of it. This was like the best picture I could get yesterday, and still was like,
It's just. You
I
know
get
what mean?
phenomenal
It's
pictures from the air.
cool.
Yeah, that's what we said. We said Brendan Jones is the only
Yeah.
because you're flying the drone. I think that would probably be the argument. It's not that it's stupid or that it sucks or
No.
It's just I think you
It's a
can't
great
really.
touch.
Yeah, you can't magnify the
you
event.
guys, you thought it
through
was 10 grand.
I know.
It was pretty close with 3.
Hmm.
All right, I think we got to get out there.
Thanks for letting me tell.
Dude, you fucking crushed it.
You're the man.
Amazing work. Amazing work.
Nate Edwardson wants me to go in and talk about the edit as well.
Yeah, Nate Edwardson. I like him.
Mhm.
Does a good job.
You got a hell of a resume, man.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Thank you.
really good resume. That's a hell of a thing to have underneath. That's a hell of a
Yeah.
notch on your belt.
Yep.
A lot of work. A lot
sh-
of work.
Barstool Classic. Shout out to everyone. I know that we're joking about the sign, but I do want to say Lisa Lipback, Justin Mancini, the whole entire team,
Taylor
Taylor Ray. There's a bunch of other people I didn't go to many of them this year. I had my son, so you guys kind of let me stay home, which was very, very nice. On some of the far trips that you guys all kind of went to, Beef was huge for that, and in the sense that he went to every single one. This was his event. It's been amazing to see how many people he impacted that came to the Barstool Classic, having his stuff on the 18th hole, the silhouette photos of him, and the whole deal has been incredible to see.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day already. Players, he had his one-liners. Everyone knew him, and yeah, we're gonna miss that guy. And obviously, being at an event here really just reminds you how impactful he was. So, but thank you to everyone. Hopper too, right? I mean, there's so many people that
Hopper's the best.
They're a part
Ryan
of this
Edwards,
thing.
absolute stud.
Yep.
All of them.
His whole team's insane. Yeah.
Toughest thing I'll ever have to edit in my career.
Without a
Dude,
doubt.
looking at all that footage from
me
the
and Kyle.
18th hole.
Well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying
The beef stuff.
The beef stuff.
Yeah, me.
I remember you
Kyle.
saying just every time you started on it or looked at it, you were
Yeah.
just bawling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like very seriously texted you like this is the most emotional thing
Yep.
in the world.
Yeah, you did. And I was like, I didn't watch it until we watched it with Cody's family last week. It was
same.
the only
Yeah.
time I saw any of it.
Me
Hit me with
too.
a ton of bricks.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle.
I mean, and even more so, the other side of that was like the day that we found out that he had passed away, we had to get like an announcement out because the next day the video was going live.
Yeah.
And I had to like aggressively like make sure you guys were getting a graphic done about our friend who had passed away.
Yeah.
And I'm like texting Rob White, like, why isn't it on Instagram
It's
yet?
hard.
Because the Yak is about to go out and say this thing, and people need to know what happened.
Yeah.
And
None of it's easy.
like I remember it just being like, and then I was like, you got to edit a video to put into tomorrow's biggest video we'll ever put out of our friend passing away.
Right.
It is a crazy
That
world.
was
Yeah.
not a good spot for you guys to be in. So I'm sorry you even had to do that. That's not easy for anybody. I mean,
The
that's,
mindset behind the scenes was, holy hell, we have to get this thing done, to how are we going to do it? And then it quickly changed on Monday to, we have to edit this thing for our boy and do him justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job.
Yep.
Unbelievable job.
Yep.
Unbelievable job. All right.
What a show.
What a show.
Yeah. Long
Jonesy, thanks for jumping on.
Anytime, boys.
Colin
Unbelievable
Morikawa
work.
video is live. We're watching it right now on the big screen.
We are.
Look at that.
Riggs played some outrageously good golf. Make sure you go check that out. Yeah.
Make sure you go scope that out. Awesome work, Jonesy. Thank you,
you.
Great
everybody,
job.
for listening. We'll keep you updated on all the updates on the Barstool Classic into this year and going into next year. But thanks to all our sponsors. Ryan Richardson on the ones and twos,
Go,
ducking
baby.
the camera, duck and roll. Well done. We'll be back next week, Thanksgiving week. So we'll probably just have one show next week. But we'll see you Tuesday. Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit hard.
Hit hard.